Welcome to the Free Cheese episode 250. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
Ben Barris.
What's up?
Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. How you guys doing on this episode 250?
Good.
Good.
It's great.
Come a long way.
I know. Weird. It still feels like we just started, though. And that it'll never end.
Well, technically, we just started.
Well, we end at 666, right?
I don't see a way where, yeah.
Well, days are numbered.
Just rename it. Just start fresh.
What is that? That's like another 12 years or something, so, yeah, perfect.
We'll get there.
Yeah. You guys good? Good day?
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Considered yesterday.
Yesterday was a day. We went to a festival of drunk yesterday.
Yeah.
God damn.
Good old Brew at the Zoo.
That was fun, though.
For a good cause, though. Is to keep the zoo alive.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's like
animals?
their biggest fundraiser every year.
Oh,
Like
I
the,
thought it was just a day to get drunk.
Well, that's
mean-
top priority.
How are you guys holding up? Because I do not drink like that anymore. And
I'm
that
telling
was,
you, like I said, water breaks.
Yeah, I
If you
know.
don't do water breaks, when you wake up and you're hungover, that's your body saying, I'm dehydrated as fuck, so
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
say
pretend
this.
like you have a flu.
What are breaks?
See,
Like I said, every 2-3 beers, just
But-
get a water
I know.
bottle and just gulp it.
Any
don't
water
drink it,
I
just
got
gulp it.
yesterday, I just poured on my body.
Yeah,
like I didn't
Because
even.
it was hot. Because
too.
summer
Summer does
sucks.
not suck.
Name.
Okay,
Baseball.
Joe. Let's just quick around the room. I wore a tank top, bro shorts, a flip flop, dope shades. Joe, what did you wear?
Daytime goth attire.
Okay, you wore black jeans, shoes, socks.
Yeah.
You did wear a dope shirt,
Well, yeah.
and you have a beard.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I
gonna be
know.
it's
I
gonna
know
be
that
like
feeling.
500 more degrees.
I'm
hotter
gonna
for
say
you.
that even if I wore what I'm wearing right now, which is fucking cut up shorts and a
I mean, look, we were still swampy, but you were hot
You did
because
yourself no favors.
Yeah.
summer sucks.
No, it
it's
doesn't.
great. I'm with
It
Matt.
was
It's
sticky
great.
and
It's
smelly
great.
and
Summer's dope. It's a dope Will Smith song too.
what?
Summertime.
I don't.
You don't know that one?
I don't know
Jiggy
that one,
with
but
it.
that's just
I
another
remember.
reason why summer's the best holiday now.
I consider it a holiday too. It's okay.
Not holiday
I had
season.
all
I don't know why I said that.
Holiday.
There's one good
4th
thing
of
about
July.
summer. There's one good thing for my life.
You were saying.
All of our phones might be
There
going
it
off here in a
is.
second.
I'm on airplane mode, so.
Horror. All right, we get it. For fuck's sake. Yes.
What is it saying? It's raining?
Flash flood warning.
Oh, no shit.
Thank God. Get rid of this goddamn sun.
You awake now, listener? Because we are.
Yeah, y'all want. I had mine on.
I'm waiting for mine.
Mine was on Do Not Disturb and still went off. So
Well,
now-
I'm on airplane mode,
Because it's
so.
emergency.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm on airplane.
I'm just
Whatever.
yeah.
I'm letting mine go, and whatever happens, happens. I'll just throw it across the room.
Yeah.
That
One good
describes
thing about-
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
No, like I didn't do any water breaks and all this beers. I didn't even really feel tipsy.
I didn't feel it
And
until
it
we got
sucks
home.
because afterwards, when I was home, it started like even though I wasn't drunk or anything, I was still getting that headache as if I was. I'm like, this is the worst.
Yeah.
I was getting like bubble guts when I got home. Just from like right when I got home before I ate, like sitting there kind of relaxing. I was just like, I've had nothing but beer today and like water, and I had a corn dog. Dude, that corn dog was
You got a corn
so
dog? I didn't even know you got
Dude.
a corn dog.
Yeah,
It was
I got
so
I got an
good.
Italian sausage, man.
You did.
Yeah.
I got a
You
grilled
did.
cheese.
I got a grilled cheese too with crab meat in it.
Oh, I
That
got
was
I got
mine's
grilled cheese
OG.
too.
You did.
That was later in the day.
Yeah, Faith got the grilled cheese too. She got the one with bacon, but I didn't want a grilled cheese because I was like, I'm getting a corn
that
dog,
crabby
and she was
melon.
like, all right, well, can you split a grilled cheese with me? I'm like, yeah, of course. But I was kind of hoping she would get the crab one, so I was like, oh, the crab one looks good.
Okay.
No, she got the one with bacon. It's still good.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of roast beef, but didn't have any.
yeah.
Mm.
There was that jerky stand too.
I
Yeah,
did
that
buy
jerky
chocolate.
stand. That jerky stand was a ripoff. It was $15 for jerky. I'm like,
Oh,
you can
get
go
outta
oh fuck
here.
up yourself.
Pretentious.
I mean, they had dope jerky like kangaroo jerky,
Look,
bison jerky.
you go to this Apple Festival in like PA around September. They have like it looks like a deli line, but it's just for nothing but jerky and cheese.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
So many kinds.
Smoke meats.
Not $15.
We've got the meats.
Got the meats.
I bought that ghost pepper chocolate.
Was that good?
Oh my
It was
I
good.
forgot to taste it because I was really craving beer. I'm like, dude, get chocolate. I'm like, beer.
It was
First.
really good.
And then I just forgot about it. But now I kind of want next year.
I have it upstairs.
Really?
I was bummed there wasn't any animals.
Well, you
Apparently
actually go
we
to
could
the
walk
park.
to them, right?
You can,
You
but you have to
could go
put
to the
like the
zoo.
glasses in a bag or something. Because me and Faith, we used to do that the previous years.
Oh. It just looked like that wasn't a thing.
You just can't
You
take
could.
your booze to the animals.
Yeah.
For
Which
obvious
defeats the
reasons.
purpose of.
But as long as you pass a game of rock, paper, scissors with the attendant, you hand over your glass temporarily, you can go in, you can pet a koala.
Nice.
I wanted to feed a giraffe. Give a giraffe a beer bong.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's...
That'd be
That's,
dude.
that's what you do.
You gotta go again next year. Or
Well,
just do some more dumb shit.
Well, they might do October Bear Fest.
I'm down.
That's what I went to last year.
Or even like Oktoberfest. I'd be down for something like that.
I did that one year, and they give you tokens, though. So you don't get... Like, yesterday, we were just walking around just like, fill me up, fill me up. This, it was like, you have to turn in your token for a specific... You
We'll
get
look into it.
a finite amount.
We'll look into
But
it.
no, the zoo, same thing. October Bear Fest. Same thing.
I'm down.
Just with, instead of like your summer beers,
The better beers.
they have
I'm sorry. What
the
was that?
October beers.
You said not summer is better. Is that
Okay,
what
no,
I heard?
no. Summer beers are good.
That's cool.
Summer beers are fine, but
But the
I haven't
thing is-
been here. The
no,
best
but yeah, when
beers
it
are
gets
the
to like
fall beers.
October, like fall, no, those are like the best beers.
Oh, I'm
Like,
not
they even
disagreeing
beat
with
the
you.
winter beers.
I'm just pointing out a fact that summer is full of shit.
Summer's great.
There's good things about all the seasons, except winter. There's one thing, that's my birthday, which I don't even care about it
I
anymore.
yeah, so my birthday's in the middle of July, and
Yeah,
that's
you're
a
the one
fine
with the
time.
summer birthday here.
Same.
You got summer birthday
yeah,
too?
and the
Him and I
only
are like 5 days apart or something.
Damn.
the only good part about having a summer birthday is that you were never in school.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about like, oh, I'm gonna go to school on my birthday. Nah, ain't going. Don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
Yeah,
Party hard.
everything else about summer.
Whatever, man. Disagree.
Yeah, you can go fuck
Disagree.
yourself, but
And the
that's
bad part
fine.
is, this isn't even summer. This is still technically spring.
Yeah,
This is
that's because
summer.
we're farting too much and putting so much exhaust in the atmosphere. It's gonna
that's
get
true.
warm. But you know what? Whatever. Cool.
It's going to
it's
be
warm.
like this until September.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or
And then
even
October's gonna be fucking hot too. I know that.
I hope it just rains for the next 3 months.
Well, we got rain
No.
today. No, dude, rain sucks.
Rain does suck.
Rain sucks. The only good thing about rain is when you have nothing to do all day, and then you're like, well, I'll just
I like
crack
the light
open a
showers.
Keystone.
yeah,
Oh, no.
but if it rains, then I won't have anything to do. I'll just stay inside.
Or
not
it's like,
be-
hey, I'm gonna go over to my pal's house to go record a podcast. Oh, looks like it's gonna rain. Oh, it's a flood on 695, and I'm going 2 miles per hour.
yeah,
Yes,
but
yeah, I can
also,
suck I can
Yeah.
suck it.
I mean, the phone's the proof.
Yeah.
it's true. Stupid ass phone.
Does it really need to beep that loud and alert you? Like, hey, flood. Like, no shit. I got windows.
There's water from the sky.
I think the only problem with these emergency alerts is that nothing's ever happened, so it's really easy to like dismiss these.
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
very useful. They serve a good
Now a tornado's
purpose.
going to come destroy us.
Yeah, but
We get tornado warnings too.
right, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Therefore, I look at it like the boy who cried wolf.
We've only had like actually like one tornado, and that was like over 20 years ago.
There
That's
was
like-
one like a few years back that like touched down somewhere, but did no damage and just like wasn't really a tornado. People were just like, yeah, I saw the funnel in the sky.
There was one in Ocean City like a couple years ago that actually fucked
Yeah.
some shit up.
Yeah,
Like, it
they-
did some damage.
It was in Ocean City, or I think it was in.
Maybe it wasn't
I think
in
it was one
Ocean
of those
City.
towns you
yeah,
go through. Like I can't think.
like Salisbury, kind of.
It wasn't
maybe?
Salisbury. I wouldn't know it was Salisbury. It's the one before, I think.
Okay.
I can't think of the fucking.
Cambridge.
Yes.
I know cities. I know how they work.
Yeah, it was one of them. Or Easton. That was Cambridge or Easton. It was one of those
Yeah.
two.
Did you guys get anything else besides drinking this week?
Dude, the Caps.
Oh yeah! Congrats! I forgot that was this week.
We still
Yeah.
got a beard, so
Yeah.
You guys are just used to it by now.
yeah. Just keep it, man. Why just
For the listener, it looks just like Joe's. So if you ever see Joe's
Yeah.
picture on the site, it looks
Virtually
just like
no
that now.
difference between. Well, Matt's a blonde, but other than that,
It comes in dark though.
I mean, your hair is
Yeah,
blonde.
yeah.
I mean, if someone put us side by side, you wouldn't know the difference.
Correct.
Yeah, you might have to look like, oh, he's got blue eyes, huh?
I think
Alright.
Matt's part Italian too.
Yo, you.
I am part Italian.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
We fuck.
There you go.
Yeah, the Caps. This time last week, I was on the verge of getting ready to shave, and they came back 1-2 straight and did what they needed to do Wednesday night. And here I am, still with a beard.
It's going to be...
And
I'm not looking forward to the next week being around you.
No, it's...
No, you keep saying that.
It's going to be...
You keep saying that, but when the Knights are up like fucking 2-0, game-wise, you're going to be like, fucking goddamn stupid Ovechkin, I knew it.
No. No, the Knights, like, if they win the Stanley Cup, good for them. That's just a bizarre thing for a team to be brand new with the squad they put together.
Bizarre or entirely planned and scripted?
It could be scripted. Good
There
for
it
them
is.
if it is scripted.
Yeah, I know. I just stopped it. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, they win. Good for them. It's just the fact that the Caps, no one expected them to make it.
Illuminati confirmed, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Sounded like a glorious day.
It was.
Damn.
It is a glory day. But yeah, no. If you're listening on Monday, game 1 is tonight at 8 o'clock. If you want to tune in.
Time will
But
tell.
yeah,
Time will tell.
can't wait.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Not beer or video games?
Dude, I found... Well, video games.
No, I mean, not...
I found out some of my Dreamcast games are worth quite $1.
Yeah?
Like, I have
like
D2.
$1, $2?
Like, you ever
D2,
heard of
the Mighty
D2?
Ducks?
Yeah, that's not...
Yeah, yeah. No, it was like... It's like this pseudo RPG survival horror game. It's actually really cool.
That wasn't Remedy, was it?
No, I don't know. I think it was... I want to say... I mean, you can look it up real quick.
I'm on it.
But nah, because my brother and I, we bought, like, when the Dreamcast was starting to, like, see its end and the price went down to, like, $50, like, the games were legit $1 to $5 each. So me and my brother just went, like, totally wild and bought all these games. And, like, I was just, because I follow, like, a bunch of different Dreamcast pages, and someone posted a picture of D2, and he was like, oh, finally got my hands on D2. I'm like, I remember... It's like it was like getting nothing like that. So I looked it up and it's over like $100 on
Nice.
eBay. And I'm like, oh, I still have it just on my shelf, case, manual,
Nice.
all discs. It's like 3 or 4 discs.
It's one of the first games that Fumito Ueda worked on.
Yeah, it was because there was D, which was on PlayStation and Saturn, and that was a very weird, like, not FMV, but it used pre-rendered cutscenes, kind of like Resident Evil, and it was kind of notorious for using it. But it's an interesting game, so I'm kind of on the edge of if I want to sell it or not, because I never completed it. It's hard as fuck.
Don't sell it.
Yeah, I don't want to sell it. And then I still have Shenmue 1 and 2, which are still worth something.
Because, like, do you need the money?
No, actually, because I even talked to Faith about it.
I wouldn't fucking.
And I was like, I'll probably sell them. Like, I still got Code Veronica, like, game and everything, and she's like, well, if it's nice to have, just keep it. You have money. The fuck's an extra $100 gonna do?
Yeah, like if you didn't
Like 4 cases of Keystone.
4, it's like 8.
if you were like, you know, on the brink of financial destruction.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to know you have some assets because honestly, the price of that stuff will only go up too.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
the thing with, like, the retro gaming market, as much as I love going in those retro stores and looking at it, all those prices are fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason why. Like, D2, there's no reason why that game should be $100. Whatever, it's not a lot of people have it, but it's also a game that's over 20 years old, so it's like, what the fuck's the point?
I still have Gotcha Force for GameCube.
Really?
And that's a hard one to find.
GameCube games are kind of like Dreamcast games, because, like, I guess not a lot of people played a lot of, like first one that pops in my head is, like, Bot and Kaidos on GameCube.
Yeah.
That's, like, one of those, like, rare RPG games. Like, that's
Yeah.
worth a lot of money, too. And it's like,
And the sequel, probably.
yeah, it's like at the time when they came out, they were like $50, and then you get them like pre-owned at GameStop a couple years later for like $10 or $15, and then all of a sudden, like,
Product number 3.
the what?
Did you ever hear about that one? This is when Clover was still around, and they had like their 5 exclusive games on GameCube.
Oh, okay.
And like Beautiful Joe was one of them. Product number 3. I'm forgetting the other ones right now. But eventually, those members, that company shut down, and some of them became platinum or whatever. But
That's wild.
it was like a rhythm action game, but you weren't really playing in rhythm. It's just that your character was always dancing, and she would shoot lasers out of her like hands and everything she did was like dance moves. But it was pretty fun.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, I know, like those games They're hard to find.
Yeah, I just don't think they're like worth that kind of money either. I don't know. I just hate the retro gaming market.
I don't know what the rarest thing I have is, but I do still have a copy of Symphony of the Night.
That's worth. I think no.
She's
Symphony of the
about a-
Night. If you have the black label, right?
Yeah.
It's worth more because of the
Yeah.
green one.
Green one's going for like 40. The black label's going for over 100.
They
Yeah.
would be higher if it wasn't released digitally.
Yeah, that too. Like
That's
that
happened with
stuff
Mega Man
kind of cuts
Legends.
into it. Yep.
But
That kind of makes sense though.
but
Because it's the only way to
Legends 2
play
is
it.
still stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Saturn version?
No one's buying that.
Yeah.
You can get
Actually,
that
that's
for a nickel.
like Saturn.
No, I bet you that one probably goes for more, just because there were so fewer copies made.
Well, Saturn games, the American ones are more expensive than the Japanese ones, which
I see.
I guess kind of makes sense because there was more available, and Saturn did a lot better in Japan than it did in the U.S.
It's out today. Dumbasses.
That
God
was
Sega has some
stupid.
balls.
Yeah, I went back and watched that recently again.
Oh, $2.99.
That was
That
solid
was it. That was it. Because they talked about it in Console Wars, right?
gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
For what system?
When after Saturn did their whole thing during E3, what was it? E3 like 94,
95.
95. Like they had this big presentation, or whatever. And then afterwards,
That was when they announced, like, hey, guess what? Instead of Saturn coming out in September, it's going to come out today.
yeah. And then all the retailers were like, "What? We have like 2 copies.
Yeah, we didn't.
What is going on here?"
Yeah.
Oh.
And then after all that, like someone from Sony went up and they're like, "All right, now we're gonna have so and so come up and talk about the Sony PlayStation." And he legit comes up to the mic and he's like, $2.99, and just gets off the stage.
Didn't
And everybody's like, "Oh
Yeah.
boy."
Steve Race, they were like, here's a very important announcement about the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because, yes, Saturn was,
Saturn was $100 more, wasn't it?
yeah,
It's $3.99.
which is fucking astronomical back
Yeah.
in those days.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
like what? Nowadays it's maybe $500 or $600, maybe.
Probably
Yeah,
the
yeah.
price of that PS3 George Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like,
$599
$599.
everything was moving to that, polygonal
Yeah.
development, right? And Sega was like, we're going to make a really good 2D machine. You had stuff like Panzer Dragoon that came out and attempted that, but they're doing all that stuff on a machine that was designed to do 2D sprites and not 3D models, and it was just,
Yeah, that was stupid on their part. And then they last minute tried to make a 3D powerhouse, which they did. But then everybody's like, "How do I develop for this thing?" And they're like, "Oh, instead of triangles, we're gonna use squares." And the 3D models are like, "What?"
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just 2 triangles put together. Whatever.
That's how it
That's
works.
true. Saturn version of Symphony of the Night goes for about $150.
Jesus.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
150.
Oh,
For
okay.
the Japanese version, because it never came out in the U.S., right? Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it
for
didn't need
$1.50,
to.
I'll buy it.
Because I saw videos on that, and they were promising that, because that came out after the PS1 version, I think, and they were saying the Saturn version was going to be better because it was the 2D powerhouse. But then even then, they were like, "How do we develop for Saturn?" And then it just was the inferior version.
Didn't the OG
Yeah, but you could play as Maria.
didn't the OG Xbox 360 shadow drop when it got announced?
Ashley Simpson shadow dropped it.
Is that what it was?
She broke the embargo on that shit. You don't remember that?
No. I
They-
I thought it was like an E3 thing, and it's like, and you can get this today or this
They
week
did
or
that
something.
with the Slim, I think, when they did the Xbox 360 Slim.
Yeah.
They won. They pulled an Oprah, and there was one under everybody's chairs that was in attendance at that press conference.
And then they all got red rings.
Right.
No.
And then they, the other thing, I think they were just in stores that day, or they were already like shipping out. Because remember that was like back in everybody started to do that shit at that point, where it's
Yeah.
just like, hey, yeah, I'm not finding it, but
Of all people, Ashley Simpson.
Of course.
I forget what it was.
She messed up Saturday Night Live.
And she got caught lip
messed up
syncing.
360
Yeah. That was awkward. And then her dad was like, "Well, she has trouble singing." And it's like, well, maybe she shouldn't be a singer.
That's like,
I
well,
don't know.
if anything, it's like, well, that's just what a lot of famous people do.
Yeah.
Because if they're just touring, they're not going to be singing the entire time.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes I'll go in that YouTube rabbit hole and like do like Britney Spears actual recording tracks, and it's her like huffing and puffing because she's
Yeah.
like older now,
Mm.
and she's still doing like somersaults. but it's like she's barely like saying words, and it's like, well,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
they're doing
it
a lot
makes
of
sense.
dancing.
Yeah.
So you're paying more for the show than the
Yeah.
songs, I think, at that point.
Dope.
Let's see. I wonder if I'm wrong about this.
What are you wrong about?
I thought it was her, man.
Let's move on.
I know.
I'm over it.
She's
Somebody-
not worth it.
She's not even good
We've
looking.
given her too much airtime already.
Somebody broke the embargo.
It's Ryan Cabrera
Is that who she's dating?
at the time.
Oh. You guys play any video games this week?
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit.
Mark, what'd you get into?
Continue a little more of Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, how's that one going?
So I think I did the majority of the main stuff in the story mode, and now it's kind of doing like a, hey, we're gonna give you the villain's perspective now, so now you can play as them and see what happened at this time and at this event and everything before like playing as Ganon or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So like, okay, it's fine,
Yeah.
whatever. I have to do it because since I got the Master Sword. Because that was a mission in its own to get. If I want to unlock its full potential, I have to get every character's upgraded weapons, and then I have to kill 25,000 enemies. And
How many do you have a counter on where
Total
you're
or
at
each
now?
character?
Well, with the Master Sword, I have to kill 25,000
Oh,
enemies.
right.
Because like each mission, you kill about maybe like 1 to 5 maybe. So I was like, it's not that bad. Like it can happen pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But to get everybody's weapons and upgrade everybody, that's going to take a little bit. But it's still not tedious, even though it sounds like it is. And
Do you have a counter on how many you've killed already?
it won't do the counter until I have all the weapons. Yeah. So
Eventually you'll hit that number and you'll know, but until then.
yeah, it's the strongest weapon though in that game.
Yeah.
Everybody gets like around 100, 150 with damage with some of their good weapons. Master Sword is 300. It's like,
Okay.
all right, pretty cool.
You're playing on Wii U, right?
Of course.
Yes.
And 3DS. I'm because I got to play
Yeah.
both contents on their exclusive things. So from there I went. So it wasn't much with that. It was just that. Played a demo on my PS4.
Whoa.
Zone of the Enders, the second runner, Mars.
Is that out?
The
Hell
demo
yeah.
is out.
The demo?
The game doesn't come out till September.
And that one's VR, right?
It has a VR option, yeah, because like the way they wrote Mars, the A is upside down, so it's supposed to be like a V. But they still kept the horizontal line in the A, so it's just a literal upside down A, not
That's
a V.
dope.
But yeah, so you get to play a little bit of that. They have a whole like training part you can do too. They walk you through each little thing. So I tried it in VR first, and it's cool. I like it. It doesn't make me feel sick when playing it, even though some things could be happening pretty fast. But it was pretty neat to look around you, and you see your shoulders down of the character you're playing as in the seat. And like some games, when they do that, you don't feel like proportionate to the body in the game when you look down or something. Just doesn't feel right. This actually felt right. And like looking up, because like I think the cockpit is in the chest of the I don't know what the robots are called in the series.
Oh, yeah, I forget that.
But like if you look up, like you can see the head of the mech, and like whenever you're doing moves, you see the arms move and everything. So
that's
it's like,
cool.
yeah, it's pretty neat. The only weird thing about it is the targeting system for VR mode, because you have to like L2 is to like target on things, but they're like, hey, you can just flick the right stick to switch between locked targets, and it wasn't happening. Like, why isn't this happening? I have to keep looking off of one, just turn my head to another one, and then hit L2 again, and I'm locking onto them. So I'm like, it's tedious, but it's like I just really don't need to do it, because once you kill somebody, you auto lock on somebody else, and it will know, depending within the distance of the enemy, it will know when to be melee attacks or ranged attacks. You don't have to hit separate buttons for it. So like square in the distance will be shooting a gun, or if I get up close, I use a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's pretty intuitive. So I mean that's nice. But yeah, it was a lot of neat little tricks with that. I enjoyed it. I'll probably get the full game when it comes out, because it's something I've been looking forward to. Never played Zone of the Enders before.
I haven't not.
The OG one was on PS2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like 1 and 2.
Which one shipped with the famous demo though?
The second one.
The second one.
The first one apparently
Metal Gear
is like a
Solid.
really short game.
No, I know. I thought it
No.
was. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the first one apparently is really short. You can beat in like half an hour. So that's probably why they didn't port that one over. But I got to play. So I played the demo again, but not in VR, just so I could see the difference.
Oh yeah.
And
Does
it feels much better playing outside of the VR. Like the VR is fine. Like it's whatever.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it, but I think you get the most out of it by doing just the normal mode, because the whole game, it's like it's not an exclusive VR game. It's the full game still. You just have the option to now play in VR, and they decided to like it's just a nice feature that's optional. But yeah, I like doing it outside of VR. The frame rate is a lot better. The locking on makes more sense now. The right stick works to switch between targets,
Nice.
so targeting is a lot better.
Nice.
Just seeing like your guy in action is really cool. It kind of gave me some like Virtual On vibes, just to how fast paced everything is.
Dude, Virtual On's dope.
Yeah, but the cool thing about this one though is that like you can grab an enemy, and you can either just use them as a shield. You can use them as a weapon to hit people with. Or you can just fucking do a Mario 64 where you spin and keep
Like
spinning,
Bowser.
and you just launch them into a group of enemies and just explodes. Like,
Pretty cool.
yes. So, definitely like that.
So
Should I buy this HD collection on PS3 or just wait for this?
No,
Yeah.
don't do that. I mean, it's not like the worst, but I've heard like those Konami HD collections didn't do a good job of
Oh no, I remember
preserving.
the terrible fog rendering and.
Yeah, Silent Hills was pretty bad. I heard Metal Gear's wasn't that great either.
I never played it.
So this is why I'm looking this up. Who's doing this?
Konami.
I feel like there's a Digital Foundry one on that.
Getting some promise out of Konami this year. This is the most we've gotten out of Konami in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about it, like, cause I'm conflicted. I don't know how to feel.
No, I still want to punch Konami in the face
Yeah,
for obvious reasons. But
Yeah.
but I think if this does well, this might
that's what I'm saying.
turn some heads.
This
in
is
that
another franchise that Kojima did that they'll milk.
It's true.
Zone of the Enders survive! Here it comes!
Because there was supposed to be a third one a while back for like PS3 or something.
Yeah.
And it just never happened.
Well, I'm glad they're doing this instead of Zone of the Enders Survive. You know what I mean? Or Battle Royale. Like, I mean, it sounds like.
Dude.
I mean, it would be dope to do like a. Dude, that would be dope.
I don't know what the
Battle
robots are
Royale
called.
game.
I don't know what the robots are called, but I just see it now.
Robots.
100 zones. Drop into the Enders.
That's.
So is that not how it works?
The cutscenes are pretty cool too. They do like that whole like Gundam-esque thing where little screens pop up, but it's just anime characters with like the mouth movement. That's very arcadey.
That's cool.
It's a nice style.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's definitely up my alley for that kind of game. Yeah, giant robots are cool.
But anybody can play the demo, right?
Yeah, demo's out now. You know,
Alright, I might do
free.
that.
You get a pretty good chunk of it.
I'm gonna download it when I get home.
But it's basically just a go into area. It's blocked off area to defeat enemies. Move
Yeah.
on. Type
Is
game.
the VR component going to be all the way through this game?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Be a nice comparison to Resident Evil 7, because Resident Evil 7 was built with VR in mind the entire time. So
Right.
the Enders,
Yeah.
obviously, a game that's already been made.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make VR happen.
Yeah, it's just like it's something.
They might show that
unexpected.
stark difference of how developers have to develop around VR.
I don't know how it would work, but I feel like it would be easier to focus on VR and then not VR, than not VR, then VR.
It's just weird how they did
know what
it
I mean?
because
Yeah.
like it's a completely separate thing. Like this game's never had this function, and
Correct.
the way they did it, like it's not just a gimmick. Like they kind of fleshed it out, and like they added a lot. Like the details are in there, so like it's just like they just took the camera from behind the character and just put it into
Plopped
the
it.
character
That's cool.
and just added a nice HUD to it. That's the other part too. Like the HUD actually feels neat because it's like it's not video gamey. It's like, oh, this is what the mech would be displaying if I
Yeah.
was in it.
Well, that's part VR too. I mean, you're gonna want that kind of
Immersion.
realism slash
Mhm.
immersion kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it's just a neat thing. It's like I don't know why they did this. Like they didn't have to do it, but it's cool that they did do it.
Did you play with headphones by chance?
I did.
Did you experience the next generation of surround sound?
I don't know if it's called Next Generation. I mean,
That's something they were touting when they announced the game back.
Oh.
I feel like that only works if you have special headphones.
yeah, like I didn't have like Turtle Beach or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't.
earbuds I'm wearing now.
Yeah,
Just-
back at TGS, that was their thing.
High dynamic range audio. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It's That makes me happy though.
I mean, it's probably something if I paid attention to, I probably would notice the details of the sound. But to me, it was just stuff that I expected and it felt natural. So if something was in the distance, it sounded like it was in the distance. And on that side, whatever.
It's good it does that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot more fleshed out than I thought. But
You need to have some kind of bullet points on the back of the box.
Yeah.
And then I only played one other game that I don't know how many of us played here.
Almost all of us.
I think.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bloodstained.
Speaking of Konami.
Yeah. Yeah, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Also known as Castlevania 3. That's safe to say.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's saying on Twitter. I've never played Castlevania 3, so I don't know. So is that true? How close is it to Castlevania 3?
It's pretty damn close to Castlevania 3. It just doesn't feel.
It shares a lot of the same beats.
Yeah.
It does. You guys got a little bit further than I did. I think you guys beat it.
I did not.
I'm on stage 6 out of 8.
Damn.
Right.
I'm on the last one. I'm just the final boss.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm at.
I heard that's really tough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like Castlevania 3 was. It felt really
stiff.
Yeah. But you have a lot of that in this too. Castlevania 3 seems to like provide you with a lot of options and variety and sort of traveling through the world and each stage, and I'm not getting that from this. There are changes and there's alternate paths and there's things you can do differently depending on the characters you have with you, but I don't know, I'm not feeling the like.
Well, some ways are more rewarding than others. I think that's.
And maybe that's what it is.
Difference.
Just I don't know, like some of the level design to me, and I haven't. I'm hoping it's just I haven't explored it all the way. Just something doesn't feel as drastically different. Like the map seems pretty simple. Like when you think about Castlevania 3, when you're working your way through it, you're looking at like the detailed map that's just like, hey, you're either going to go to the clock tower or you're going to go to the catacombs. And there are two like drastically different areas. This is like, hey, if you've got Miriam, you can slide under this thing and you're going to go downstairs instead of going upstairs. It's like, all right.
I mean, the scenery will change on that
a
little bit, but like it all comes back to the same ending.
Wait, I don't know. It seems I'm being nitpicky. I just like.
I don't think it's fair to make that comparison. Then, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just.
But it feels a lot like Castlevania 3.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
And they also added that because the actual like whole Curse of the Moon thing, that's a feature in the game.
So I haven't activated that. What is that?
It lets you backtrack, so you can go to an earlier level and redo it and pick to go a different way because there's power ups that you get that are permanent. And you can get, I guess, different ones depending on the path you take.
Got it.
And that, that affects your entire character party. So I have a plus, like I have upgraded strength. I have 2 upgraded in magic.
Okay.
So now I have like 40 or 50 mana, and then I have an extra like health boost.
That
so everybody has their health went up. So I was like,
when I did the first level, like you're like, oh, I'm gonna try and slide. Oh, there's no slide. And then the next level you unlock Miriam, and you're like. Got it. All right, so I just gotta go.
Yeah, so she slides.
Yeah,
I think she's the most.
I like her the best.
Her and her brother are the best to play as.
Who's your brother? The Bat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vampire's my. That's if I'm navigating the world, I'm him.
He definitely has the best like attack.
I love that attack, especially when you're climbing stairs.
Yeah,
it's really useful.
Yeah,
because it's either that or Miriam's. She's got that one secondary with the daggers that just kind of.
Yeah, they come in handy. Those and this scythe are my favorite for 3. Yep.
Yeah. I like it a lot though, man.
But fucking Zangetsu, like the main dude you play as with the sword, his dialogue between each like partner you get, he's just like, "Demons, you're working with demons? I should kill you." And he's like, "No, like yeah, I'm using them, but like I'm doing it for good. Like I don't like them either." It's like, all right, you can join, I guess.
Dude, he's a badass. Like the 15, 30 so minutes I've played, just the way he uses his sword, just the sheath.
He's very Hayabusa.
He's a fucking dude, man. That's dope.
Yeah, he's very Ninja Gaiden-esque.
Yeah, I was like, that's so cool. And he has like the fucking.
He has a chain for a belt that holds his sword.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man.
No, I like him. I think he's actually my favorite out of him.
And Zangetsu, like that beginning dialogue thing. As soon as I saw Zangetsu, I was like, dude,
he just wants to kill all the demons. He don't give a fuck. He's this game's Doom guy.
Yeah.
Notice how none of us talking about the Alchemist.
I've only played for 30 minutes.
Really not a lot of fun.
He's not fun to fight as.
Period.
But his magic
he has
does
a magic.
come in handy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially the one.
The ice sword is the best.
Oh,
The Ice Sword's dope. The Ring of Fire.
Ring of
Because
Fire is handy.
Here's
but
what's dope about the Ring of
not for
Fire.
boss fights.
You activate it, and then you switch to a
Switch to-
different
Right, no,
character.
yeah, exactly. So there was a mini boss fight I was stuck in with. It was like a painting.
Yeah.
there's a couple of those.
Did you run into the painting one?
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm literally stuck, because
So
I
there's
came home
one-
from our
so the
adventures
painting kept-
yesterday. and-
Yeah, like it kept
yeah.
flying around, and it captured one of my characters.
Yep.
I was like, motherfucker,
Yep.
how are you supposed to defeat this thing? So I froze it, and one hit, shattered. Instant death.
Oh, bitch. All right.
I was like, really? That's all I had to do?
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Got my best character, and then you...
Son of a bitch.
But it really helps in boss fights and stuff like that, and then later you unlock like a lightning spell for him. And I didn't know you could... So it's like a little orb, and then it auto goes to the person, like a heat-seeking missile, and just keeps hitting them.
That's what that
What
is.
I didn't know you could do with it is spam multiples of those at once.
Yes, I found that out.
So boss fights are going to be a lot better with that.
Nice.
I don't know who the boss fight I'm at is. It's some like Elizabeth Bathory type bitch. I don't know.
The,
Is she in the bathtub?
Yeah.
I know where you're at.
Like I know what to do now, but like.
I will tell you the one thing, the gravest error they made in designing this game at the very beginning. Hearts are fucking health. I was like, wait, what?
But like it kind of fixes that childlike mindset you had as a kid, where it's
I
like
know.
hearts should be health.
All right, you
Yeah,
can only
yeah,
get so close to a game without Konami suing you. So
Yeah.
No.
There's actually one other thing. I'm kind of
But that is weird.
not bummed, but I kind of like look for it whenever I pay. Like, I guess this is like a 2D side-scrolling action adventure.
Yeah.
Ever since I've played Zelda 2, and you can do the downwards attack, or like a downwards
Like a
thrust.
sword plant.
That's the very first thing whenever I play these kind of games, and when I can't do it, I'm like, oh, all right. Well, there's that.
Well,
I mean, if you can, I don't care if it's not a spoiler if you tell me. I really don't. I would like to know if that happens.
it does.
Okay. Good.
I just don't know if I should say how.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
You
We'll
don't
leave it at
unlock Shovel Knight, do you?
No. Oh my god, that would be so cool.
Because you were looking at me the whole time you're
you can
saying
do it in
this.
Shovel Knight,
No,
right?
Yeah.
because it was the thing I told you where it's like I know a secret to this game that they kind of advertise it on the website. That's why I'm not sure if it's really a spoiler, but I just didn't know it was a thing you could do
Interesting.
because
So I didn't even look at the website.
because
I
they
don't look at the website either.
because they make you, at least I think it's on the website. The way they advertise it looked like it was, or it's a Steam page. I'm not sure which one, but like yeah, like they say that this character can do certain things, and then it's like they don't tell you how. And then I found out how, and I was like, oh shit, because the game makes you, like, they imply that, you're just supposed to do this. And this is how you progress through the game. Or you could do this. And then you unlock a new way to play. Like,
That's interesting.
yeah, like, because in the very beginning, when you're just Zangetsu, there's parts where you're supposed to be Miriam and slide under. So I don't know how that happens. So I feel like you have to beat the game, unlock a new game mode probably or something. But but the thing I found, you don't have to start
Okay.
a new game.
Right on. I like that.
But I know there are multiple game modes that might change things up. So there's probably more to this game than we think.
I'm sure there is.
What'd everybody get it on?
Switch.
Well, I was talking about this yesterday. I'm not ever going to stop talking about this. I was kind of nervous because I wasn't sure if my 1070 could run it. You
I
know?
hate you so much.
So,
Dude, it took like 15
I
seconds
know.
probably to like download. I was
Yeah.
like, oh right,
No, as
NES
soon-
game, duh.
like, I completely forgot it was even coming out that day. When I was checking my phone, like, I woke up and I saw you guys talking about it. I'm like, well, all right, just turn on Steam and buy it.
I was about to throw my Switch out a window.
Uh-oh.
Shit wasn't installing right.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
you
fucked.
were talking about that.
Yeah, it just had to restart
You know what?
the
That
Switch.
same day, that game updated, and I don't know what they updated. Because now when I see it's version 1.1,
It
It's
was just
1.1.1,
weird.
right?
yeah.
It was just weird. There was just no feedback to that screen. So I didn't know if it was doing something, if it was frozen, if
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, it
just
sucks.
work. Like I didn't. That was the only thing about that. So I didn't know if anything was wrong. But
Good thing
sucks.
it wasn't.
but yeah. I mean, I figured it was something dumb, and then I don't even know why I thought to uninstall the game before restarting my Switch. But it was when I reinstalled it, it was still going on. I was like, all right, what the fuck?
Yeah, something's alright.
We got it working.
I was waiting for the Switch channel to pop up with the news so I could like subscribe and be like, hey, what updated?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I played it for the 15 or so minutes, like Faith was getting ready, we were going somewhere. I turned it off and I got that little notification. I made 24 cents, man. So that's trading card, man.
Nice.
It's like that's why I love Steam games, man. You buy these trading cards and people in Russia buy them.
The cool thing about the boss fights is that it's very Mega Man-esque. Where,
Yeah.
like, they all have a pattern, and you just have to like figure it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They're all because that's the thing is like if you like games like this, you at the table and you at home listening, like Inti Creates, they've been doing this shit for 20 years. Like they make a good ass one of these games.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, like when they're setting out to make games in this old school style, I feel like they just do a really, really great job.
What other shit do they do?
They did, I mean, recently they've done the Azure Gunvolt Azure Striker Gunvolt games. And they have that like Mega Man hook to them while still being a little like they lean into the like anime
Stuff.
yeah, storytelling and characters and all that stuff.
That's Blaster Master Zero, right?
They did Blaster Master Zero. They do Galgun,
Yeah.
which I've not played, but they haven't steered me wrong yet. So maybe.
It's
but
funny. It's just funny.
I don't know, man. I hope they do another one of these.
I feel like this is gonna be the Sonic Mania to Ritual of the Knights. Because I went back and watched the like whatever latest stuff they showed for the
For
main
regular
game, and I was
Bloodstained?
like,
Yeah.
it's just some of the animations just don't feel right.
It always seemed weird to me that game was doing 3D models and not.
Sprites. Because like I feel like if the game still moved at the same pace and everything, it just was just sprites, it would just look more fluent for some reason. As weird as that is.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
But Shovel Knight's supposed to be in that game.
Hopefully your 1070 will be able to run those 3D models.
Shovel Knight's gonna be in what? Bloodstained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like way back, they gave concept art. Because I'm not sure if he's like a spirit you summon or an enemy you fight. But dude's huge. Like he is jacked.
Interesting. I don't know, man. That game, it still looks good.
Yeah.
But-
And like this all happened because it was when it was backed on Kickstarter or whatever.
Yeah.
This was one of the
unlocks or
Yeah.
unlockable things.
the only sucky part was that like
That'd be fine.
yeah.
I think it looks fine, dude.
Oh well, see, I didn't see that level. That's new to me.
Yeah.
What I
This
saw
looks
was
great,
the one they kept
actually.
showing was the, like,
Yeah.
the mansion
boat?
or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Where it just looks very bland, but like they also didn't have music, so that's another thing I'm curious about. I want to hear the music.
And there, so to speak of music in the Curse of the Moon, God, man, it just
Some of it like doesn't stick out, but it's still good. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
But then the ones that do stick out, you're like, yep, this is
The first
playing
level
Castlevania.
immediately was is the most Castlevania to me.
yeah. Well, the first level like starts you off and you're walking into the thing and there's zombies coming out of the ground, like it.
Yeah, no, like it's
yeah.
Castlevania. Like
Yeah, gates open, sword.
All of it.
It's great.
because I was thinking when I was walking up to the castle or what in that first level, I was like, I better beat this now before Konami pulls it off the eShop.
Yeah. Did you play Castlevania 3? That was the one you jumped
That was the
into.
one I had on DS. I didn't
Yeah.
get far into it. It's a very tough game.
Yeah. Yeah, this one doesn't have as much of that like unforgiving. Like this one lets you kind of feel
Wait, what difficulty did you guys put on? Because there's veteran, then there's
better.
Normal,
I did veteran
yeah.
and then normal, but I think you unlock. I was on the official thread on Reset Era. I think
Yeah.
there's another difficulty you unlock
Veteran
when you beat
plus?
the game.
some
Yeah,
shit.
like I'm doing veteran, but like the casual mode, and like you don't get knocked back.
Yeah,
when
the
you get hit,
knockback you
and
don't
you have
get.
and you have infinite lives. But it's like they're very generous with the lives anyway, because you have 4 characters and each have their own health, but they all
Right.
share the same magic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and if you do die
hmm
and you're in an area where you have like a 1-up section, the
Yeah.
1-up respawns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cool.
So if
Nice.
you're stuck in an area,
Yep. All those items will come back.
Yeah.
Where like where we find health at.
So-
or whatever.
cool. Yeah, it's really good, man. I'm loving it.
It's good stuff.
I need to play it more,
And
but
worth
it's
the
great
$10
so far.
for anybody
Yeah.
out there. It's just $10.
yeah, that's the other thing about that comparison to Castlevania 3 and and Joe's mild criticism of it not being fleshed out. I know, but like, Castlevania 3 was touted as a full ass game at the time. This is, I mean, it's not, it is a full game, but it was only $10, which
Yeah.
back in the day, Castlevania 3, I bet you it was not $10.
No, it was not.
Right.
At least more than 50, probably.
Yeah, so I think it's amazing little buy for $10.
Yeah. No, it's solid. It's way more than it needs to be. Like when they said
Yeah,
we're gonna make
definitely
an
unexpected.
Yeah, when they said we're gonna make an 8-bit version of this game, like I didn't anticipate it was gonna be a full-fledged one of these.
Right. Kind of like Mighty Gunvolt.
But even that, like I went back and like
it was it was like a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, but Mighty Gunvolt, I looked at it and I was like, oh, and then I played it and I was like, oh no, this is Mega Man. This is just a full Mega Man game.
Like Mighty Number 9 was fine in this form.
Right.
Whoops.
That was what was cool too. Is Inti Creates went back and they made that Mighty Gunvolt Burst. I think
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I meant. I forgot there was 2 of them.
The second one that actually did. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Inti knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they do. So what else, Ben? What'd you get into this week? Other than Bloodstained.
Yeah, I mean, other than Bloodstained, I guess for the time being, I'm back into Counter-Strike.
You sound so excited to be there.
Dude, hit me up. I'm waiting to play.
Like, because my band, they were on, like,
I can run that.
Some radio show, and then I was listening to it, and I'm like, I just want to play Counter-Strike. So I was just like, I had the radio show playing in the background, and I was just playing Counter-Strike, and I'm just doing deathmatch for now. That's what I've always done. I like just fucking around, shooting people in the head. I don't know, it's fun. We'll see how long that lasts. You know.
Did you sell any skins?
Oh, I got that's just so dumb, man. Like I was that pisses. I was playing, and then some dork was like, "Oh, I see you got the hoodoo." It's some other guy. And I'm like, "Are you guys really talking about skins, man?" So nice. I don't know, maybe because I legit have no skins. Even if they're a penny, gone. I don't need it. Yeah. I got some spray paint thing. It was like an 8-ball. And I'm like, oh, immediately in the market. I don't care. If it's a penny, I'm not going to I don't care.
Yeah.
Get it out.
It's a penny. You do 100 of those, you got $1.
Because I've talked to some people, and it's like, well, it's just a penny. And it's like, no, man, that's not the point. And now everybody's all uptight about skins. I mean, I guess it's good because without it, we would be getting paid DLC. So, I don't know. No, it's fun. Like I said, I just like shitting around with it.
How does that feel in a post-PUBG world? I know it's two totally different things, but just, you know.
Good.
Yeah.
That was always my favorite thing about Counter-Strike is it never... Because Go came out after the Call of Duty really blew up.
Yeah.
And they did not... That game is still Counter-Strike.
Well, when it came out, it was... I think when Go came out, it pissed off both sides of Counter-Strike. Because you had... What they did was they went in and slightly tweaked all of the guns. So when I first played it, like I was going like 0 and 10. I'm like, what the fuck is good? Because I would play it like 1.6 or even like Source, and then I would talk to because Akko read into it. He's like, no, dude, don't play it like that. And then I read into it, and at the time when Go came out, all of the competitive guys were like borderline blackmailing Go. Like we're not playing it. It's bullshit. Like
it took forever for
it had a real rough start.
Go or from Source. From the Counter-Strike community going from Source to Go.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it was rough. And then you had
that.
The new crowd that was more into like Call of Duty and maybe even Battlefield, and then they would play it.
This doesn't play like that.
It's like, how come I can't kill anybody? It's like, well, you're spraying with an AK. You don't spray unless you're like 2 inches away from them. That's not how it works.
Prone?
Yeah, it's like that's not how it works. This is a completely different game, dude.
Like, welcome to basic ass FPS at its finest.
Pretty much, yeah. It's basic, but it's one of those things when it's like it's so basic. You have the masters at it, and it's like so basic. You it's to like that point of when you're off a pixel, it ruins that whole round for you almost.
Like we're actually in that age where the way they make the game can affect your play at it.
Yeah.
Where it's like maybe you're not entirely bad. You can actually blame the game somewhat at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a strange
especially
thing.
with a transition like that. Like if you played Source or 1.6 for hundreds of hours and then your first hour in and something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, for example, the default crosshairs, like if you ever watched like I guess competitive play, no one uses the default crosshair because it's bullshit. So like you actually have to go in the console commands and kind of like tweak it, which is what I did because I kind of just reset it back to the way it was on like 1.6 and even like Source when it's just like the typical dynamic like green crosshair with a dot in the middle. I like the little dot.
Like I noticed that shit in NHL, like, and not so much in baseball for me. Despite as much as I play that, I'm just not very good at baseball. But NHL, I noticed right away as soon as you tweak passing,
yeah,
or physics.
Oh
Somewhere.
yeah, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. But yeah, I don't know, just playing deathmatch with that every now and then. Probably play a little more. Probably not get too much into it because those normal rounds when you just like search and destroy or whatever, or even like ranked mode, they take forever, man. They take a long ass time.
Yeah,
try to get
rounds, right?
Yeah, but I mean they could. I mean depending how you're playing, they could last forever. But I try to get into PUBG again, but the war mode thing just wasn't on, and I was like, I don't feel like dropping in doing all that. So the other day, me and Faith, we were watching something on TV, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I haven't beaten Doom yet. So like I don't know why, but like I legit just got up and just went into like my little office area, turned on my computer, and started playing Doom.
Oh wait, it was installed. Your computer's not that correct.
Oh no, I was like, wait a minute. So I went in and like made sure it was installed. It was definitely installed. I'm like, all right, it's time to play some Doom. So I was playing Doom. And, like, I was only planning to play, because me and Faith were hanging out. I was only planning to play for, like, maybe 5 minutes. So, like, 2 hours goes by, and I heard Faith in the other room. She's like, babe, what are you doing? I'm like, I am so deep into Doom is so goddamn good, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I'm at the part when, it's, I can't even explain it, like, lava.
That's the whole
lava,
goddamn game.
I know, but it's, I guess, like, maybe I'm about to enter hell.
What? Okay, got it.
Maybe.
Have you gone to hell?
No.
Okay.
All right,
no.
Got it. Know where you were at.
So I was playing it, and I opened the door, and it did the OG Doom door. Like, I'm like, oh boy. Like, I legit started sweating, man. Like, it's, like, triggered. So many, like, oh, God, that game, it's one of those games when, like, especially when I play FPSs, when you get, like, the most powerful gun in the game, I have a tendency to not use them because I'm like, I got to save them up for the last boss. I do that too. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then when you get to the last boss, you maybe use it like
once
or so.
Because use it so good at the other guns, you're like, oh yeah.
Like in the OG Doom, you had the BFG, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna. This could destroy everybody in the level. I got to save her the Cyber Demon. Duh.
Yeah, right.
But then it's just like you get to the Cyber Demon, and it's like, you can kind of work with it. So what I like about Doom is it kind of rewards you for using the more powerful shit. You know what I mean? Because technically you could just run around with the pistol because it's infinite bullets. I mean, granted, it will take forever to kill shit. But, like, you can, with the shotgun, you can just shoot someone, and then when they're, like, staggering to get up, you just rip their head off and you get more bullets for it. And it's like, it kind of just makes you want to keep using it and keep going.
Have you done any of the challenges?
Have I? I think. Maybe.
Well,
each level has their own challenge, right?
Yeah, that's
what. 3 sets of challenges. Right?
No, but there's these little things you go up to,
it's
and
like
they'll transport you to like this little challenge area, and it's like kill 30 of the regular enemies in 10 seconds. But for each kill, you get plus 2 seconds, so you can kind of keep.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even see that yet.
I'm
so much
I think each level has 1 or 2 of them.
Something like that.
I remember. Yeah.
I think what turned me off before was when I was playing it, I was like, I'm 100% in this game. First playthrough, 100%. I don't care. I'm like. Now when I get that feeling, I'm like kind of just throws away that charm of because this game everything makes you want to go like it's like as if someone's behind you constantly kicking you in the back.
Yeah.
Go. And you're like oh god, and then like you punch the little thing and then all the demons pop up and you go and you're just like why am I standing still? I gotta go. And then it's like but when you sit there and you look for these things, I mean even though you open the menu and it tells you where everything is. It kind of takes away that momentum, because I mean, like for the very first time you find the Doom dude, little stuffed toy, you have to go like, you have to like out of the way. Yeah, you have to go like completely out of the way, and you got to like duck down to something, go through some crawl space, and then you find it. And it's like just that like 5 to 10 seconds of doing that. It's like, all right, now I found this doll, now I got to go back, and I got to go back to where I was. If I had just skipped that doll, I mean it's. Dope. You pick up the doll and it plays the Doom music. Yeah. If I just kept that momentum, my heartbeat would have kept going. I would have just, just like punch everything in sight. You know what I mean?
I feel like they were trying to, not really cater, but I think they were trying to think about all the different types of players with FPS games. Like you have to kind of just love to explore everything. Yeah. And you have to kind of just want to get. Right
I actually really like the exploring, especially when I got that map. When you download like the maps from those terminals in the level, like just seeing the collectibles and knowing that like, oh, I'm in the area. Oh, there's going to be some cool platforming I got to do. And the fact that they made Doom a platforming game at some points of it is awesome.
It is.
Because it works. It works
Yeah.
great.
No, yeah, they nail it, especially because you get to like do if you don't make it,
And it's
you
quick,
climb
too.
up,
It's
so
not a
it's
dumb
very quick
Animation,
Yeah.
just like everything in that game.
But I totally agree with the exploring. Like, even though there's a map and everything, I still had trouble finding where the hell to go in the beginning. Just like around Mars and like in the factory area. I'm just
Yeah.
like, where?
Yeah.
And then like things are highlighted, obviously. Like, oh, here's the yellow and black stripes. You're supposed to climb up on this. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why that was hard to see, but it was. There's glowing green lights around it.
I think that was when I was first playing it, like when it came out.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that kind of turned me off because I think I was in a similar area and I was like completely lost for some reason why.
There was I remember being.
I think it's just the beginning. Like once you get the hell, and then everything just keeps going forward more smoothly. It's a better transition.
Oh yeah, spoilers, Benny, go to hell.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I mean there's really not enough I can say about how much I love Doom. Like this, like I guess we'll call it Doom 2016. Like I mean, it's still not going to be as for me as awesome as like the OG Dooms, but
Sure.
For what it is today, like all the other shit you have now. Well, it kind of I guess influenced a lot of other games that kind of follow the same suit.
It's neat seeing it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has the multiplayer, but this is not about multiplayer. You know what I mean? Because you play multiplayer and it's like, oh,
this sucks. I will say
it's very
that multiplayer is terrible.
When I first played it, I loved it. I think only I loved it because that was right when I could finally play Doom because it was like the beta or whatever, and I was like, I finally can play Doom. Yeah. This is great. And then you play it more and you're like, yeah, something about this.
I gave it that 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, come on, Doom.
I mean, some people love it, which is fine.
Great.
But this is
Good
not.
for those
this is not a game.
People.
But I mean, the OG Dooms were the same way because like the very first Doom, that's all it was just deathmatch.
Yeah, well, the landscape of the first-person shooter was completely different too.
100%.
That's kind of all you had.
Yeah, I think the charm then was like, oh, we get to play with each other.
Oh my god, we can hook up these fucking 8 computers over here, and and then you can play together. Let's call it a local area network. I'm pushing up my glasses. You can do that now, by the way. It's really cool. You can do one of those.
I just have to press in my contacts and further into my sockets.
I don't know how you motherfuckers do it because I was mowing the lawn earlier. I had my Ray-Bans on, and those kept slipping down. And I was to the point when I was just like fisting my forehead because of how many times I had to fucking push my glasses up. It was so annoying.
Look, I have contacts.
You gotta get the kind where it's a strap
for instances like that.
The total dad shades.
Yeah.
I don't usually wear glasses, but now that I bought a new pair finally for the first time in 5 years, I'm like, but these so far, I don't have to. They're just there. They just sit.
Let's do it.
A good fit.
So I don't know if you're going to get to the point where I'm at, because I was totally against glasses back in the day, but you do what I do. Now I primarily wear them just at the daily contacts, save myself a butt ton of money.
Nah, I don't like wearing glasses all the time.
See, that's...
The glasses I have don't even have, like, proper, like, nose, like, rubber pieces on it. It's just, like,
mine don't.
It's all plastic, but, like, I can't do it. Like, it slides too much for me. I guess, like, my nose just gets too oily or something.
Only sometimes when it gets a little sweaty and I'm always looking down. Perfect example, sometimes at the Orioles game when I'm looking down at the field.
Summer.
Sometimes.
So speaking of glasses,
Doom is Doom.
Doom. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking this.
You gotta get it done.
I don't know why.
You've got 2 weeks to get it done
before Doom 2 gets announced. I know.
Yeah.
No, wait, what?
What?
Everything is real until E3 says no. How many times am I going to say this?
Fucking pray 4 is real.
Constantly.
God damn it. 4. Pray 4.
Who's saying it's not right now?
Yeah, it's gonna be called Eat, Sleep, Pray, and
There you go.
have to fight Medea.
There you go.
We saw that dude.
I'd be down for that.
That dude yesterday gave us a sign. He got the Wolf 2 shirt, which obviously means they're making Wolf 3, and he had the Prey hat, which means they're making another Prey.
There's gonna be a dope Prey DLC that's coming.
Yeah.
That explores the moon,
Yeah,
but
there you go.
Part 3. I want to just put this on air. I can't believe you missed the Slayer chant.
yes.
Okay, well,
Yo,
You were right next to
I know,
it.
but when we're at those
You were closer than us.
When we're at those festivals, especially when it's a bunch of drunk people sitting around doing nothing, like just by habit, I'm blocking out as much as I can.
It was a group of strangers sitting, these like old men, all who looked like
They
wizards.
had like 40, 50, yeah.
Like, but they look like bikers or something. Like they didn't.
Yeah.
You just like they look like a bunch of good old boys hanging out
Sitting
having
in
fun.
the chairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dude that threw
puke
up.
Dude, the puke
Yeah.
dude. Puke dude.
And at one point, you just hear them all yelling, and you're just like, all right, old dudes yelling, whatever.
That's what I heard.
Right.
That's what I heard.
But then I tuned, and I heard them going, Slayer!
I didn't hear Slayer.
And all the dudes throwing up horns.
I didn't believe I heard Slayer until the dude threw up the sign. I was like, holy shit.
And Matt and I
Dad.
look at each other, and then we look at you, and you're like, what's up?
Where's the beer?
Yeah, I remember I was looking for
Where's
something,
the,
but I can't
where's the
remember.
Keystone?
I'm with you, Ben. I didn't see
hear
or hear
shit,
that
dude.
either.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe I heard it, and then the two-step verification of the of the hand going up was
wild.
what I needed.
This shit was wild.
Oh,
Man,
oh my
so
god! Website lightningmaps.org.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
I recommend that to anyone.
That's
Lightning
cool, man.
maps?
Yeah.
Your static things in the air, and it will tell you when the thunder's coming, where a lightning strike is. It is dope.
That's where you want to go.
How delayed is that?
No,
Like,
I
what
watched
it's
it
telling you?
yesterday.
It's pretty.
When it came over our
There's no
area, the
latency?
circle. Because Josh even counted down. He's like 3, 2, 1, boom, boom. Yeah, I was like, oh,
Damn, that's Doom.
yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
Doom.
So,
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah, Doom. Gonna play it. It looks amazing on my monitor. G-Sync 1070, no big deal.
Scrubs
So,
on my level.
after the fun times yesterday, me and Faith hung out, ate, caught up on Jersey Shore, the usual. And she was like, I was telling Matt, she was like, I'm gonna go take a nap. And this was like 10:30 at night. I'm like, that's not a nap. You are going to bed.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna go lay in bed. So I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. So immediately turn on the PS4 and just listen to Prince and play Nier all night, dude.
Nice.
I love Nier.
Yeah, man. Where you at?
Okay, so I'm still second playthrough.
It's good.
As nines. I'm a little after the part after the big gargantuan dudes plop down and put the crater in the town that
Got
make
it.
you go
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
So I understand why I didn't have to complete all the side quests on the first run, because there's certain side quests you can only do as nines. Like there's like shit because he has like that hacking thing.
Yeah.
And there's shit you have to unlock, but you can only do it as him. You can't do it as 2B. So I'm still just doing side quests. Yeah, every now and then I'll do a little bit of the main quest. I can't remember if the first playthrough had these cutscenes. Does the second playthrough have certain cutscenes that weren't in the first playthrough? Because I remember,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
for example, there's the one when completely like out of nowhere you're like running along and you kill some boss or whatever, and then it shuts over to Adam and Eve sitting on a table on a rooftop, and then like I think Eve's like eating an apple, and he's like, "What am I doing this for?" And he's like, "Well, humans did it, and it supposedly made them smarter. So let's see if it makes some shit like that." I can't remember if that was in the first playthrough or not.
Nope.
And then
It
you have
wasn't.
the
Yeah,
one
you're right.
cutscene when you first go to the amusement park. Like right before you go in, it shuts off with the two drones
Yeah.
talking to each other.
Yep.
I'm like, what the? This didn't happen before.
Yeah.
So all right, because there was times when I would play and it would be like 2:00 in the morning, like the first playthrough, and I'm like trying so hard to stay awake. So there's shit I forgot, obviously. Yeah, I'm just Nier. It's so good. I think I'm completely spoiled when it comes to games I've played on PS4 because there's not a single game I've played that's bad.
Yeah.
Last of Us, 10 out of 10 game.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto 5, probably my favorite Grand Theft Auto. Advanced Warfare, probably my favorite Call of Duty, mainly because of Uplink.
All right. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
It's great.
Uplink's cool.
It's
okay.
great.
All right. You got it.
Buttborn, favorite
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Right.
I have not played through a bad game on PS4.
I have Mass Effect physically. I got you.
Oh God.
All right.
Hey,
I'll take the challenge.
Dark Souls came out.
No, well, I played Dark Souls on PC, but I mean, I'll take
But
whatever.
the remaster,
The
whatever.
remaster. Technically, I guess I kind of played that.
Did you play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, by the way?
I played Mass Effect 1 and 2, and I was kind of burnt out at 2 after I played it.
Maybe there won't be the same appreciation for how bad it is.
Okay. Because I remember when 1 came out on 360, I was like, this is the best game ever. And I finished it and went online and it just looked up Mass Effect 2. So I was towards the end of Mass Effect 2, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for 3. I just played this. It was kind of boring, so I don't know. I liked 1 a lot more.
I thought 1 was rough.
Really?
1 is rough.
I thought I was turned off by 2 because you couldn't explore the planet as much. Because that's what I did majority of the time in 1. Because one, you can just go to random planets and mine shit just randomly. But two,
this is a conversation for another time, obviously, because we're gonna get into it now about why one's bad and two is the best one.
One's a little rough, especially if you go back to it now. It is a little rough around the edges. I'll give that. A lot of screen tearing.
Dude, there is some glaring bad things about that gameplay. And one of them is the favorite thing you just said.
Right. People didn't like that?
Exploring the planets and that little thing was awful.
I love that. That was my favorite part of one.
You might like Andromeda then, because that's all you do in a barren landscape on like 6 different planets.
I'll skip three.
Anyway.
Oof. Matt, did you play any Mass Effect 1 this week?
No, definitely no. If I'm going to return to any of them, it's going to be 2. The best one, Ben. Speaking of...
What did you get into this week before we fucking start a goddamn war?
PUBG.
There he is.
I played 2 things mainly this week, and I got nothing new to add to any of them.
Perfect.
PUBG and DOTA.
He said perfect. He said perfect already, so...
Let's talk about PUBG.
Did you see the event this weekend?
Wait, is it going on?
It's not war mode.
Okay.
It's more traditional, but there's modifications they did to it. It's only melee weapons and crossbows.
Game.
And
I'm game.
You drop
game.
in with the squad, and if you don't have a squad, they'll put you in with other randoms. And and then you can find maybe a ghillie suit.
That's dude.
I played one round of it, and I actually had like an okay squad. For whatever reason, my push to talk wasn't working, so I gotta figure out what the hell is going on there.
You're not missing out.
No, I had a good squad. That's what that was.
So it's not just one. It's not like a team or just straight deathmatch. It's like you're gonna get put into a squad of 4. Okay.
Is your push to talk button? Don't you use that for a lot of games?
Yeah, me. Yeah.
You probably broke it after yelling at so many people.
That makes sense.
The Dota one's mapped to a different key.
Oh, okay.
It's Rainbow Six one that has to see. Actually, I don't yell a lot. I know I have a bad rep at this table. You just look at my PSN messages and see
okay, look, I'm the same page because I think I'm fine. But I've heard from so many times from Faith, and she's like, babe, you got to calm down. Like, especially when I'm playing Street Fighter. I don't notice it, but I'm, like, screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And you just don't notice it. And then when you're done, she's like, can you chill out? I'm like, what are you talking about?
I was like that
Let's have a
with
good time.
Halo 3 and, believe it or not, Rock Band.
Rock Band, I'm sure can be infuriating.
I was doing competitive with somebody online, and at the time, because somebody can randomly pick a song, and they picked Almost Easy from Avenged Sevenfold. So we're having like a guitar off on expert, and at first my girlfriend was playing at the time, and I guess they heard her and was just like saying shit to her, just like not good stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I have to do something. So yeah, just beat him in that. But I was talking so much shit afterwards. Fucking Rock Band.
So yeah, I was quite sad because we were all kind of like, all right, we have a 2x scope over here. There's a level 2 helmet over here. Like there was actually coordination. I couldn't fucking talk to say like, hey, I got a scope over here, or med kits, whatever. But no, that mode's pretty cool. It's the circle is already established. Like the first level circle is kind of already established when you drop in, and the circles go by fast. I think instead of it being like 3 minutes, it's either 2 minutes or a minute and a half. The blue, like the circles move in at the same pace as they usually do, but it's just nice to already be down to that first level. And the gunplay is completely different because you're not using guns, you're using crossbows. So like
that is too cool.
You like are shooting, and you have like no feedback from a crossbow whatsoever. At least with a bullet, you can see where you put the hole in if you're aiming high or low or whatever. You're just fucking firing.
Do you still drop in with a plane?
You drop in.
Okay, because when the circle's already established, I'm guessing there's like a part of the map you just can't drop to.
It's like that. Did you see the war mode at all? It's the same thing as the war mode. Like the plane comes in and will like turn to where the circle's at, and then like you won't be able to hit F to eject until like you're at the circle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I really like this mode a lot, and it makes you play different. Like close combat, you're better off just swinging with your pan or your sickle or whatever you have.
Long range, man, because crossbows are hard to use. If you see someone at a distance,
I was trying to shoot, and that was the thing. Like I had no feedback of like if I'm aiming high, if I'm aiming low, nothing.
I can only imagine how quiet the rounds are because you don't hear crossbows.
Not really.
Like, you hear like a. Like,
there was one time where I dropped in on a roof, and on the opposite roof, I just heard and I was down. I was like, oh fuck, someone got it good. But yeah, that was a fun little round.
Dang, that's a cool.
I think that's still going on.
That's cool.
Oh, I don't know if it'll be on when this airs.
It's like a temporary.
Yeah, it's like the event thing.
I hate how they're doing that, man.
I like it.
Really?
I like it.
So right now, if I get home, I want to play it, and it's not there. Then what? I'm just shit out of luck.
You just have to play the game on their time, you know.
It's nothing different than a Splatfest.
Look at my time.
What's going on with this game? Because recent reviews on Steam are like the last 60,000 reviews are all mostly negative. Is there like some?
It's not Fortnite. It's not Fortnite.
It's not. I mean, another thing Confucius said was don't trust Steam reviews. Like, I never really trust Steam reviews because you have a time of reading where just neckbeards being I dropped out of a plane, my friend farted, and I died.
Oh, you know
10
what
out of 10,
happened?
like,
didn't they patch something and change the gun sounds or some shit like that? And they didn't release it in the patch notes, and people got pissed. I'm like, you fuck cares?
Yeah, because there was like some open letter thing, I think, from one of the developers on the PUBG subreddit, and it's like a thing about the gun sounds. I'm like, are really people that butthurt about gun sounds? Like,
I can't tell which one's shooting at me now.
You're getting shot. Hide.
Yeah, get behind that tree. Yeah.
High volume of negative reviews detected May 3rd through May 6th.
See, that especially on Steam, that shit happens probably when a patch
that changes the gun sounds.
It's so stupid, man.
Yeah.
Has there been any more like hacking activity lately? No.
Dude, I think they got that shit figured out. What they're doing.
I haven't seen one. I mean, when I last played, I haven't seen.
They've been constantly, updating the game like twice in these little like 10 megabyte patches, I think they're changing like an encryption key or something like that. They're staying on top of it. What are you looking at, Joe? What you find?
I mean, like I'm finding a couple reviews in here that are kind of they're detailed negative reviews. Like there's the one that's pretty long, but dude just talking about how the game started off so great with a lot of promise, and he talks about the cheating. He talks about hit detection, armor values.
I'm looking it up too.
Characters behind cover. How winning is no longer a reward of skill, but rather a byproduct of luck and inconsistent game mechanics.
I mean, it's always been about luck, though.
I was gonna say it's PUBG. Like, there have been times where I've gotten to top 5 of that.
I'm looking to make sure it's not like an uptick in negative reviews of people just being of some fucking weird initiative where a bunch of people are like, all right, guys, we're gonna fucking flood the Steam page.
I mean, PUBG is PUBG at this point. I think the event mode thing that they're doing every weekend seems cool, but like, especially that's what it is.
Yeah, like that review for that guy or whoever, it's like it's just not the game that he wants it to be.
All right, so there's Fortnite.
So
H1Z1 is free to play.
H1Z is gaining steam again.
Did the one game come out already? The Hunt or whatever?
Hunt is
in early access.
That's on sale too. I don't know for how much longer.
It is, yeah.
It's like what, $10 difference or something?
It's like 20% off, so it's like $7. Okay. It's because it's 40. I think it's now.
I'm actually curious about that game.
I am very curious about that game.
When I saw the first footage of that, I was watching a streamer that I watched. No. That wasn't any. I think there is a spider monster, but
there is.
No,
it's a giant spider.
I was just watching the gameplay of it. I was like, this is the next step for like battle royale. Like this is. Yeah. I like the different thought process instead of just 100 of whatever dropping into whatever.
It's like competitive demon hunting.
Yeah, and I like the mechanics behind it, but like, it's all like if you die, there's repercussions because you lose your gold. So sometimes it's alright just to escape the level without getting any more rewards or winning the bounty or whatever.
Yeah,
and like the groups, it's like groups of 2. I feel like yeah, it's not like a big squad. It's just alright.
And there's only like 20 teams, or there's only like 20 teams or whatever. So the player count's pretty small, so it makes each of those encounters
so much more intense.
Wait, what game is this?
It's Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown. Do I know that?
I saw something.
I thought you were talking about H1Z1 for a minute. I'm like, no, you got no.
No, it's I forget the people behind it.
It's Crytek.
Okay,
yeah. So like, because they were showing it off. I'm not sure if it was at E3 or something else last year, but like it was about like 40 minutes of footage, and they were just going in, just describing everything.
Yeah, I like that game a lot.
It was them too.
Well, I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, it looks like something I would like.
Yeah, but that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, but then so I mean, PUBG is PUBG at this point. Not like bad reviews or not, like.
Yeah.
Take it for what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, play another game.
Fortnite.
Yep.
H1Z1. That's where this all started at.
Yeah.
And then I played Dota.
Yeah, moving on. Anything
it's Dota at
with,
this point. Like I had no new stories, no nothing. It's continuing doing that cavern crawl. That's pretty cool. It does make you force you to play different heroes that I never thought I would play as, and some of them I'm actually realizing I kind of like.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a better support than what I give myself credit for. There was a game where I played as a Warlock, who's a support character, and I was in a lane with some guy, and it's like the entire time the dude was like, "Dude, Warlock, you're killing it." I'm like, "Oh, all right, I am cool." Like I don't even know if I'm playing.
No, you should have said no shit.
Well, this is my first time playing this character. I just have no idea what I'm doing right
Take
or
notes.
wrong. And then, like after that game, I got a couple commends, like
Nice.
the thumbs up. I was like, "Fuck,
Nice.
dude! Maybe I
Nice.
should play support more." Because
Nice.
I never do. I always play or try to play as the powerhouse character that carries games at the end.
It's not even just Dota. A lot of games are kind of like that.
Overwatch does that.
Like Battlefield does a lot to try to make you do support.
Yeah, no, I
You know
mean,
what I
like, you know, at the end of the day, there's the, you know, like the 80-some heroes or whatever. But they all classify themselves as, like, you know, the tank, the support, or, like, this mix, or, like, they do a little bit of something else or a little more technical. Yeah. But, you know, it's just a matter of what powers they have, what abilities they have, how they scale up. This person's strength's probably a little bit more out of the gate than this person's strength, but at the end game, they do with the lower strength if they have higher strength, so, like... It's Dota. There's a lot of numbers at the end
Sounds
of
like
the day.
Dota. Sounds like a MOBA in general.
Yeah. But yeah, the Battle Pass, I kind of like... I like the fact that I bought the Battle Pass just as a way to keep playing. Every game, I feel like I'm earning points towards my Battle Pass to level up and get dumb skins or dumb card packs that I'll open at TI. Yeah, it's just something to
I like
work
that.
for.
I do like that it's something you get to open up then. Like you're building up for it. Like it's... Because that's the thing with all that stuff. It's all cosmetic and it's all whatever. But you kind of just pull the lever on it now and you go, whatever. But like you're doing this thing and you get this big pot at the end waiting for it. I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, then you know, I really like the predictions thing. So like I woke up early enough. No, that's what it was. I just missed the prediction window in the game that was going on at 9 a.m. And so I was like, well, fuck, I can't earn tokens. So like the next game was scheduled for 1 o'clock that day Eastern time. And I was like, oh well, I'll predict that, and then I'll actually just watch the game because I'm not doing anything else today. And that's what I ended up doing. I played like 2 games of Dota that day, and 3 hours I was watching the match between Virtus Pro and someone else. I was right. Virtus Pro, dude. I don't like Eternal Envy, but you know he did carry the team. He's a player.
Virtus Pro?
Virtus Pro is the team. Eternal Envy is he's like a well-known character, and some people don't like him. Some people do. He's a polarizing character, as they would say.
Well, my timer's going off. Dota talk's over, so
Ding, ding, ding.
I want to keep encouraging this kind of behavior, you know?
I played Bloodstained. I played Bloodstained. I was a part of that conversation.
I know.
I want to remind you.
I didn't play that Mario Tennis demo. I kept forgetting about it all weekend.
Is it a demo or is it a... I don't know.
It's like a thing for the tournament.
Yeah, that's what... I couldn't find
I thought it was an actual demo.
I couldn't find the demo.
It's like it is a demo, but at the same time, it's your entry into the tournament type thing.
Oh, well, shit, I gotta play it. I'm gonna win this tournament, man.
But I opened it. I couldn't, like, get anything to go. I don't know.
I'm gonna
might have
be
been
on
a
stage at
time thing.
E3. Hey, man, the Mario Tennis dude.
Yeah.
You're already doing much better than the ones last year. Hi, I game Twitter. What YouTube? Yeah, game here.
Dude, I'm here to announce the next Need for Speed entry. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's called Need for Speed.
Oh, you can't play the demo.
Oh, you can't.
No.
Oh, I thought they said a demo. Sorry, I take back whatever I said.
You download
I'm an
it
idiot.
now, and then you play it June 1st. So
a
Friday.
Dope.
Yeah.
It's a week.
Unless I'm... Wait. In the meantime, download the game demo and get ready for the pre-launch online tournament demo. What? What the fuck?
All right, so I was right.
It is both.
Can you put my iPad in the trash, please? God damn it.
Yeah. Here, give me my Switch right now. Just give me the bag.
I couldn't find it in the eShop. Anyway.
Not looking hard enough.
Probably have to go to the game page for the actual game and then find the demo from there.
So what did you play?
Dude, I played a lot of pinball this week.
You were talking about
Oh,
pinball.
boy. Yeah,
Really?
we got a video up on the site now. I love that video a lot. But
Good stuff.
so the Pinball Arcade came out, years ago, back in like 2013.
Pinball in general definitely came out 2013.
Definitely, yeah. But the Pinball Arcade launched.
It was a controversial release.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Very polarizing.
Launched back then. Farsight Studios, they do this like painstaking recreation of real life tables. Sorry. Real physics, real everything. It's the best kind of experience you'll get in digital form. And they go further than that. Like I like the idea too that they're like preserving these tables because they're hard as shit to maintain. If something breaks on one of them, you're kind of
Yeah, and they probably don't even make the parts anymore for certain things.
They surprisingly, there's a whole like market of that shit.
There's one company that made it after like the fall of pinball machines, and they still make like
Stern. Are they the ones?
I don't know the name, but apparently they still make really high quality, like not just machines but like parts.
Yeah,
so maybe that's the one. I don't know.
It's out, and there's a whole, just like any hobby thing, there's a whole subsect of people who are keeping that stuff alive.
Yeah.
But the Bally and Williams tables are disappearing from the Pinball Arcade after June 30th. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, those are some of the good ones, and I played a lot of it on Vita, but I didn't really play so much of it on PS4, so maybe I should dig into this a little bit. So it started with me playing it on the Switch, because the Switch version's out now. The problem with that is none of those Bally or Williams tables made it over to Switch. So I was just playing the free one they had in there, the Frankenstein table. But what's dope about the Switch version is, just like the iOS versions and the Vita version, you can turn it on the side and
That's
just
cool.
use the touch screen to play. You got
That's cool.
full verticality. It's really neat. But then, dude, jump back in, grab Season 1 of the Pinball Arcade on PS4, just running through Monster Bash and Bride of Pinbot and Monster Bash is fucking dope. I ended up playing that table so much this week.
I kept listening to the soundtrack at work.
Yeah, it's so good.
Hey, you're posting the.
I love it.
I grabbed my Vita at some point. Like, I was just like, any opportunity I had to sit down and just play pinball again. I was getting into it. It's a good game, man.
Yeah.
I played a little more Watch Dogs, but
Can I ask a really stupid question?
yeah.
Because I think pinball with me, I never really cared about pinball.
Play the Pinball Arcade.
Are you sure? Because I
promise.
played.
I promise. Do it.
Because I played at like a MagFest. They have that whole line of like the really fancy pinball. Like they made like Adam's Family.
I forgot to mention that in the video. I played that giant ass pinball machine where instead of a pinball, it's a pool cue ball.
Oh, Christ.
And the whole thing is made out of wood.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was some like I think it was I don't know if it was Conan or not.
Huh.
But it was some like barbarian theme type pinball game.
That's
This
nuts.
thing was huge.
No.
But like, what makes a good pinball machine or good pinball game?
I don't know, but in that arcade, you can read all the things and why.
Yeah,
that's
really
the most impressive part about that game. I mean, the physics engine inside of it. I mean, it does feel like the actual table, and there's a lot of work there. But all the detail they put into, like, you can see the table like artwork, but like the one that describes the table.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Uh,
That pamphlet thing.
The table or the flyer?
The flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have that and all the detail, like you scanned in. There's these little historical write-ups that are about a paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs that talk about the significance of this table and
Each
maybe
thing
what
has
it's
its own, like Wikipedia page.
Yeah, it's nuts. There's a lot of detail there that I
But then
did not expect.
Then there's game instructions where it walks you through, like, all right, the objectives for this table are as follows. Because every pinball table, and what makes a good pinball table is having instructions that are, or rather having a game goal that's not only obviously they all have to be achievable, but you need to have something that kind of
drive you to keep playing.
Something
to aim for.
And something that can be kind of easily understood without needing to read the pamphlet, right? Like Bride of Pinbot, I think is a fantastic table. It's very easy to see. Hey, she's got a hole in her mouth. Looks like it would fit a pinball. Maybe I have to fire my pinball up the ramp and knock it in there. Oh, I did that. Now she can speak. And then Bride of Pinbot just starts going, I can speak. And then her head rotates and 2 eye holes appear. And it's like, I bet I have to put 2 balls in her eyes, give her eyeballs. And then she says, I can see. And you keep going until you build her and bring her to life. And all along in the middle, you've got this circle that has little objectives that are lighting up as you're doing it. And it's like, those light up and you can kind of follow the lights on the screen. And I think a good pinball table does that well. But even when one is a little more like, some of these tables get really complicated and messy. Like, so many ramps, so many things, so many whatever's going off. The Pinball Arcade will fully break down. Cool. Your first objective in this game is to go to this ramp and do this and pop this thing 3 times. Once you do that, it'll open up this and this thing will swing in and you can. They go into it.
It gives you a reason to play that isn't high score. Because sometimes when you look at high score, you're like, holy shit, how the hell do I get to 500 million?
And that was how I always approached pinball. Like, anytime I'd walk up to a pinball table, it was like, all right, let's see how high I can go.
That was my problem.
And because we grew up with that arcade mentality of just like, how high can you get? And you start playing pinball.
How high can you get?
Right. You're playing the table and you're like, all right, I just got to keep the ball alive. And that was all pinball ever was to me.
Yeah. Even that's how I took. I thought it would just hit as much shit
that's what I
as you
thought.
can.
We all have that thought.
The Pinball Arcade is what made me realize that. Yeah, but like, and it's there, right? You should still go for a high score, but you're getting to that high score by achieving these goals. And that's
you're actually doing it naturally, and before you know it, you might be on the leaderboard without you even thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
And then like the next thing is finding the theme that you really like. So like the Bride of Pinball, like that's like his thing. But I was going through and this Pinball Arcade does this cool thing, letting you play a free trial until you actually hit the leaderboard marks, and then it kind of cuts you off. I found this Frank Thomas baseball table, and I started playing. I was like, oh shit, like, all right, you got to get runners on base, and you got to hit some home runs. Give me the fucking steroids, I got this. And I started playing it, and then they cut me off when I hit the leaderboards. But I was actually.
You felt the itch?
I was enjoying my time playing a pinball machine more than I ever had in the past.
Themed ones.
Yeah.
But
at least we want to go back and play the Windows pinball.
Yeah. That's what I keep thinking. I hear it in my head too.
Pokemon pinball.
It was on what, Advanced? And you had like
with color.
Was that what it was?
There was an Advanced one too, I believe.
It's funny you bring that up because Victoria, she mentioned, "Oh man, I miss Pokeball pinball." I was like, I never played it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good way to incorporate Pokemon. I like that. But yeah, for me with pinball, like, of course, like as a kid, I thought it was just okay, whatever. This is a thing. I don't care. There's arcade games. Let me play Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah.
But then now, like, it became more just an appreciation of like, it's like an art form to me in some way. Just like on the lights and the drawings, and I was like, this is like the most interactive board game I've ever seen. And that's kind of how I look at it now.
Yeah, because I mean, they all sound great too. Like, especially like the movie themed ones, because they'll have like some of the the music going on.
Except for Creature from the Black Lagoon, has nothing to do with that movie.
Really?
I was playing that one.
It's like it's meta.
In a way,
because has that jolly ass music. Like,
because this takes place when the movie came out originally, and there's this couple at a drive-in watching the movie. I think. Yeah.
That's the whole story.
If I'm not mistaken. Yep. But then during that, the creature comes and takes the girlfriend. And so that's what that whole thing is about. It was like, okay, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Monster Bash is dope, though. You need to wake up all of the Universal movie monsters so they can play in a band together.
That's cool.
Dude, they have a song just for making a mosh pit. That was the one I posted with the lyrics.
So that's what we needed last night, man.
It was a mosh pit
yesterday, yeah. The 8 people that were moshing to that awful cover band.
Oof.
Oh, they're pretty good.
No, they weren't bad.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, they played.
I think they sounded like that alert we heard earlier.
They sounded okay. They didn't look okay.
I love the fact that dude had a shirt off by the end.
I did notice that. Was he still wearing a tie? With the shirt off?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes.
He
was.
Man, what a badass.
I made sure to observe that. Yeah.
Such a punk star.
Punk! I think I'm just going to ride out this whole pinball thing here until...
Why not?
I don't even know. It feels good to be back. It's been a long time since I played that game, and
Yeah. I'm not sure if I even want to play the one on the Switch.
the Stern tables are good, and they've got the Gottlieb tables as well.
But now I got to settle for less.
Yeah, I mean,
because Monster Bash isn't on there.
I know. What I would say is,
I have to find another good one to use. I'll probably get the Ghostbusters one. I might like that.
yeah, and the Ghostbusters one is a recent table too.
But that pack is like.
They're all
$30
$30.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but you get so much.
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Depending on
anyway,
what season?
yeah. But I would just put this little PSA out there now. Like, you've only got about a month to spend $200 if you want to spend $200. But
Those people are out there, though.
no, we put a video up if you're interested at all in the Pinball Arcade. I recommend you watch that and see kind of. We ran through a lot of our favorite tables, at least in season 1, and then went through the other seasons, kind of combing through, and I think you can get a good idea of what you'd want to buy.
You can also play the table for a bit too.
Yeah,
and that's the cool thing.
Can you PS4? Can you get this on PS4?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where we were playing.
For some reason, I thought it was PS3.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
We
no,
record showing PS3 nowadays, but PS4.
Yeah. No, we were playing on PS4.
It's on STEM, too. It's
It
just
is.
called Pinball Arcade.
Yeah, the Pinball Arcade.
But
Yeah,
if I
does the
get
main
that-
menu look terrible? Because that's
I'm just looking at the screenshots,
Yeah.
and they just have screenshots of the pinballs.
But if I get it now on PS4,
you can still get.
I
the
still
Williams
have
in.
access to those tables forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah, might as
STEM.
well. It's free.
And
I don't
would,
know, Ben. I don't know that 1070 can handle it.
Let me see. Recommended.
we're gonna take a quick break, play a little pinball, and then come back with some hot news from the week.
Oh, boy.
Light but hot.
Controversial.
There is a controversial one. I don't know how deep you
Oh,
wanna
it's
get
not
into it.
controversial. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome to the news segment of the news podcast, The Free Cheese. It's not a news segment, Matt.
It's the news.
I mean, it's not a news podcast. It's not.
Welcome to the new cheese.
Anyway.
It does become free.
What?
Free balling.
Nothing's free, including Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
No. But
I was in the cloud.
you can play it on your Switch. Yes. Resident Evil 7 Cloud version. Out now, only in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Japan.
I watched a video on it.
How did it look to you?
Well, I think it was a Game Explain video that was showing it off. And they were like, look, fair warning, this is only in Japan, so our connection to these servers are going to be crappy.
Right.
But here we go. And he had trouble like signing into it like a couple times before it started recording.
Well, the PSO2 one will straight up like say, "No, dude, you're not in Japan. Fuck off."
Yeah, see, now region free, huh?
I know.
It's like after now, like I'm an idiot for not knowing that's what cloud version was with Phantasy Star. So stupid. Never thought about that. Like, oh, they're just streaming the game. I just thought you could. I don't know. I thought it was like a save data thing from like PC to Switch. Like keep your character.
Oh.
That's what I thought it was. So now I know that it's a whole streaming thing.
Yeah.
I ain't for that. Fuck PlayStation now. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just what you would expect. Hiccups, buffers in between while playing.
I wonder how it is
Still looks okay.
there. If you're playing local.
Yeah.
I don't think Japan has the best internet connection either, do they? Maybe.
I hope so.
Like, I know Korea is like leagues away, like from everybody in terms of internet connection, but I don't know about Japan.
I mean, it's got to be better than Kansas.
Is Kansas bad?
I don't know.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Means a dope man.
Montana.
Speaking of Switch, somebody ported Outrun to Switch in 5 hours. 5 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Homebrew. But
Oh yeah.
dude got it to work.
Now that person's dead because he hacked a Switch.
Like
Yep.
the actual like Outrun game, he brought it over to Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. That could only mean. Nah, never mind.
I just hope that
I was gonna say the
Virtual Console.
yeah,
stuff?
that one.
I know.
Yeah.
So I was. Spoiler alert! Next week we're doing a predictions podcast for E3, and as I'm sitting there putting together my predictions this week, I was like, And I'm like,
You don't have a virtual console
I
slot
can't
anymore.
call it virtual console, but I started thinking about it, and like thinking about the potential of Nintendo adding older games and how that'll all kind of play out. We already saw Sega announce, some of that stuff, and I just want to see how other companies are going to get behind that in a different way. Think differently about it,
Yeah.
Like
That's what it's called. Think different.
think different. Like just fucking put Doom and Doom 2 on Switch. Like the old ones. I know the new ones are on there. But like fuck it, just do it. I want everything on Switch, so just put everything on Switch.
I imagine it can't be hard. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
just
careful
stream
what
it
you
to the
wish for.
cloud.
Some dude did it in 5 hours.
Well, I mean, people wanted Resident Evil 7 on Switch. Look what happened.
That's what I'm saying. Just stream it to the cloud.
No,
so that's
no.
there's no like even hint of that coming to here, right? Resident Evil Cloud.
I don't think so.
No.
But
It
who
probably
knows?
wouldn't hold up well. But that's the thing. That's the thing with Nintendo now. It's like, yeah, everybody wants to make all these games for Switch. It's such a good thing to develop for. But Nintendo is still the console that can hardly run shit well.
Yeah.
It's true. The other thing about that is like, so cloud means you have to have a constant internet connection, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
So I mean, that kind of
Internet.
partially defeats the purpose of Switch. The Switch, the whole idea of it's like, hey, play it on a plane.
How well do you know Japan's infrastructure, though?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
might,
that's-
they
I'm just
might have it
second-guessing.
unlike us.
Yeah, they may even have like Wi-Fi in the streets for all we know. I don't know. We don't live in Japan though.
Speaking of Japan,
Japan.
Nintendo have applied for a Nintendo 64 trademark in Japan.
Oh boy.
They've been doing a lot of trademarks lately.
They have, and a lot of news sites keep picking them up and making it seem like
Yeah.
it's this big thing. I
I think it's just them just refreshing.
It is exactly
What
that.
every
It is
company does
because
all the
if
time.
they don't do this, then you and I can go out and go, yo, they forgot about N64. Let's fucking trademark that shit. And then anything sold with that is now ours. They're doing this because they have to do it.
I mean, I can see why people kind of get somewhat hopeful about it because SNES Classic was the last one, and the one before that was NES Classic. So it would make sense if they just skipped Virtual Boy and went right to N64.
dude, they gotta do
Skip the virtual.
No, but they did like a week ago. There were another string of these articles that were running around that were like, Sin and Punishment renewed, like all these little IP,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah,
like,
did you see the other one that they got they renewed the trademarks for or whatever? It was Legend of Zelda, Ice Climbers.
Oh yeah, you posted about that.
Just a couple like NES games, I think.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it's just whatever.
I mean, those things, you have a trademark and those things expire, so you need to renew them.
I mean, I really do hope it does mean that because N64 emulation, even to this day, it's not great.
I'll put it this way, right? Like, it's not that it means nothing, because what it does mean is that Nintendo is saying, hey, we care enough about this product that we want to maintain our trademark for it. If the trademark, if the bigger news story would be if one of these things passed, then like, oh shit, what does that mean? But the fact that they are renewing shit like Ice Climbers means that they still want to have something to do with the Ice Climbers.
Oh,
if
only there was a game coming
Right?
out that
Like-
might.
That, or even just reissue Ice Climbers NES on Switch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it
Very
could
true.
mean anything, or it could mean a fucking T-shirt that they sell in China.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Yeah.
I know.
if
But-
they do though, I'll wait overnight for that fucking N64 mini though.
I mean, it'd be
I'm
pretty
so
dope.
game.
Wouldn't have GoldenEye on it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, I follow a lot of retro pages on
Yeah.
Facebook, and everybody's like, post your dad, man. I was like, what game's that you been to? And people are like, GoldenEye. I'm like, no.
Or
Stop,
probably nothing
stop.
from Midway.
Yeah,
So buy
Yeah.
Rampage.
it's going to have to be strictly, like, first-party stuff. I mean,
But you
Right?
can-
It's just gonna be all the Mario parties on there that Matt loves so much.
All right, now I'm sold on this thing, man. I'm down.
In Cruising USA, Bluegrass Boogie.
There it is. There
sign me
it
up,
is.
sign me up.
Ben, how about if I sign you up for 2021?
Wait, that's...
That is the year the next PlayStation is set
Oh,
to
yeah.
release. Not really, but so is this John Codera?
Sure. I don't know.
Is that the name? Am I saying that right? I don't know.
So.
All these fucking
Ads. Way to go, Wall Street Journal.
Yes.
I hate that site so much.
Well, unless it's free cheese, I don't fuck with it.
My man. Yes, John Codera talked about some stuff this week. They basically talked about, at one point he mentioned that mobile gaming for PlayStation is not dead. Maybe.
That's in the U.S.
He said specifically we need a broader perspective than that because so many things are now connected via the internet in regards to a single dedicated device and mobility. So broader perspective than Vita, but I don't know. That's an interesting thing. But PlayStation 5. We need to depart from the traditional way of looking at the console lifecycle. We're no longer in a time when you can think just about the console or just about the network like they're two different things. Which I think is pretty good.
Valid.
You look at what Xbox just did with the Xbox One X and backwards compatibility and doing that. And I don't know if we talked about it on air, if we talked about it just amongst ourselves, just bullshitting, but the next Xbox, that seems like they can't not do everything they just did and bring forward. Like, it needs to just build on what the Xbox One brand is and just make a more powerful machine. I think PlayStation needs to do something very similar. And again, like, as we get to this point where all these consoles are treated more like personal computers, you just keep...
Can I plug something in real quick?
Yeah.
That pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
When I was playing my PlayStation 4.
Uh-oh.
And it has to do with what you just said.
Yes.
About consoles turning more into not consoles, but an actual computer. When I was playing Nier a few days ago, and I saved, and I thought I was going to play, and when I was like, nah, I don't really feel like it. And I was already standing up. So I went over and I just shut it off. Pressed the power button. So when I started back up the day later, it was like, oh, you didn't properly shut down your PS4. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I just didn't know, because I guess I never did it before. I would just press the PlayStation button, but I just happened to be standing up. And I was like, well, I'm right next to my PS4. Might as well hit the power button.
I never had an issue with that.
Normally...
Really? Maybe it's a new thing? It's like, you didn't probably shut down your PS4. I'm like, you can go fuck yourself.
Did you unplug it?
No, I just power button.
Because I'll get that if I put it in rest mode and then unplug it. Yeah.
I'm going to go home and do it today.
Well, see, yeah, because
maybe I did something wrong.
The settings in your PS4 might not go in the rest mode. It might just complete shut off.
Okay.
Which that should be fine.
That's what I did. I don't fuck with rest mode. It's either off or on.
Well, maybe that was it. Maybe...
I mean, that happens to me because my PS4 sucks with rest mode, so I don't do it. I just hold on the PlayStation button and go power off that way, like internally.
I'll go toy with it when I get home. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
I remember I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was just ridiculous. But
it's a valid point.
But yeah, console, PCs.
That seems like the next logical step. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that we're... That generational shift, I think, is a lot different now. Like, you look at the way that... I don't know. We could spitball this shit forever, but I feel like the Switch, for example, is a system that will get an update, but I don't know that we're going to get a Switch 2 anytime soon.
Switch you?
Yeah, now you're talking. But I think that you'll see a very iPhone-esque model when it comes to these things. Like,
well, Nintendo even said they look at Apple. And they take pages out of their book. But so I wouldn't be surprised by it.
The whole string of the Xbox One console cycle, and while it was easy and is easy to look back at that original Xbox One, purpose and vision announcement and be like, that was a fucking joke. They really did believe that the Xbox One was going to be the one true box that you'd need. Their vision, I think, was a little bit different in the idea, or the way they positioned it at least, that it was going to be the one box for entertainment, for this, for streaming, for games.
That's what I took it as. Yeah.
But if you transcend that a little bit, if you go a little bit outside of just that, hey, you can plug your fucking DVR into the back of it.
TV.
Yeah, right. TV. Xbox. Dog. If you go a little bit outside of that, you think about the fact that where they are now with the Xbox One, it truly could be the last Xbox they ever make. The Xbox is their brand for video games. They've already opened that stuff up in Windows 10 where they have the whole Xbox branding. You can stream your games from your console to your PC.
Oh yeah, they've always had that kind of shit. Kind of integrated.
Yeah, and I can certainly see that being their thing. You know, maybe the next Xbox hardware that comes out it might be the Xbox One X2.
It may just get to the point when it's just called an Xbox, not even Xbox One. You know what I mean? And they just upgrade it.
Yeah, and you just
Xbox whatever.
Holy box.
This is the 2017 model. This is the 2018 model. Like it can be a thing.
Xbox GeForce 1090.
Yes.
Which kind of makes sense because I mean, now I'm assuming we're all adults here. So when you're a kid, when the N64 came out, you're like, dope. I'll just birthday, Christmas gift, whatever. Now it's like, do I really want to buy this thing when I have a computer, or do I really want to spend another $100-something when I still have so many fucking games to play on it, and when it's my personal money?
That's when it comes down to exclusives, I guess. Yeah. But most importantly, is the PS5 going to be an orb?
The 9 will be.
Was it 9?
Yeah.
Shit, it was 9.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time for that.
I think the next line of consoles are fucked, personally, because they got to do something different. And as what we were just talking right now, they got to change it up because this whole model they've been doing since like the 90s, it's not going to be so hot in 10 years.
It already isn't, you know, like
Thanks, internet.
The PlayStation 4, but that was the other thing too, is like we did see a generational shift with PS4 and Xbox One. For the longest time, like we felt it was a little long in the tooth with that last generation, but the games were still the games. And we were like, yeah, I mean, PS4, we were all excited about it, but we didn't need it. And then when it came, now you look back at it, you can see the need for it. So even right now, as I'm sitting here saying, like, yeah, we don't need it. 2021, who gives a fuck? Mm-hmm. I'm still like, if they brought one out next year and boom, here's, you know, they could probably clearly.
I guess once we actually see what kind of games, because I guess you got that idea now, like playing The Last of Us on PS3 as compared to PS4. Because I was on the same page when the PS4 was announced. I'm like, I feel like I'm still getting used out of my 360 and PS3 at the time. Like I don't need this. And then, but like after I jumped the gun and bought a PS4 and played Last of Us, I was like, I got it. I get it now.
And that's the thing. Like I think if they can do a thing where they're getting consoles at a better, you know, resolutions are better and frame rates are better and all of that stuff. The only other big thing I can see as a shift is like baking in VR stuff at the chip level, making sure that's supported out of the box, because that's obviously a big market for them.
Yeah, fully integrated.
Dude, that setup is so dumb.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when you think about the way that like the PS4 launched, when they had all the streaming hooks in it from day one, and like all of those things that were kind of generationally different, like that stuff has changed a little bit in the last 5 years since these consoles dropped. How do you change the operating system to accommodate that, or how do you change the whole vision of the PS5?
VR is definitely something they need to advance on, because I think it's the lowest tier out of all the VR that's out there.
Yeah,
the PS1 is like it doesn't have the most games. When it does have versions of ones that are already out there for Oculus or Vive, it's, you know, at a lower quality.
Yeah.
Because of the camera and the way the controllers work. That's something they really need to push forward.
I would say technically the lowest tier one is like the mobile phone shit.
Well, yeah,
you know
but I guess
if
I guess out of the three,
Oculus,
out of the main three titans.
Because I have read it, because I was looking into buying an Oculus, because I feel like I just need to have a VR thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So many people are like, I'm just going to wait for the next generation in a couple months. I'm like, all right, whatever. But then the people that did buy it, they're like, this is such an improvement from the PSVR, and I love the PSVR. I'm like, all right.
I mean, PlayStation does have some cool exclusives. Like, it works with
its
limitations,
awesome.
But yeah, if you want definitely more variety with it and probably better controllers.
I mean, I basically shit my pants when we were playing Resident Evil demo.
That was just kitchen, man. That was just kitchen.
Yeah.
God, I want you to play 7.
I know. No, it was cool. Now we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
E3.
If we hear, I don't think we hear anything about it. I mean, we're already getting glimpses of what, because
crazier things have happened.
Well, the Death Stranding's not gonna be a PS4 game. Still standing strong with it.
Yo, still standing on my predictions, dude.
It's pretty much a race of what's gonna come out. That or Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait till you hear my predictions, dude.
I'm excited.
Yeah, next week will be a fun podcast. So the Steam Link app for iOS was rejected by Apple.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I feel like that's an algorithm thing for some reason.
This is interesting story, but it makes sense. I think when it comes down to it, a few years back, Apple had that big shift in its App Store to ensure that. So, for example, like Comixology, you used to be able to go right through your phone and right in the app, you would buy comic books. But Apple takes a 30% cut off of every in-app purchase per their mandate. So Comixology, they'd let you read comics you bought, but if you wanted to buy your comics, the app would no longer allow you to do that because they wanted to maintain all the profit.
Makes sense.
So they'd circumvent you back to their website to do that. What this Steam Link app does is literally just mirror your PC onto your iOS device, including Apple TV. So it kind of bypasses that, and in-app purchases aren't actually in-app purchases because you're just streaming something to the device.
You're still using your computer.
Right.
Yeah.
But in that case, I think the case is that they're kind of subverting the in-app purchase thing, where technically you're using an app on an Apple device to then buy and play games on a different service, and it kind of cuts into that a little bit. So that was
Apple's like, you got to pay the toll troll, buddy.
exactly
You ain't
that
getting a
was
free ride.
yeah.
See, I'm confused though because, I mean, I have it on my Fire Stick TV.
The Steam Link.
No, I have. It's called Moonlight,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same thing. You just stream your computer, and it works like really good with Steam. Like there's a whole Steam option. So I'm just checking to see if it's on. Okay, I get it. There's a fucking flood. if it's on the App Store for Apple, I don't think it is though. Let me check. No, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's right here. Moonlight Gaming.
Oh, weird.
Moonlight Game Streaming. Yeah, right here. It connects right with your. If you have like, I think you need to have an NVIDIA graphics card that supports it, which pretty much all of them do nowadays. But yeah, it's right here.
But that's not specifically just for Steam.
No,
That's just something where it says, "Hey, here's your desktop. You can project it."
Pretty much.
This.
Pretty much.
So I think that's the loophole
That might be
because it's not, Steam.
Works well, by the way. I don't know if anybody's ever curious to use it.
For now.
Cool.
Yeah.
But hey, if you were someone looking forward to that and you're feeling a little bummed out, don't forget Steam sells those Steam Link boxes. You just got to buy a box of cereal and they'll send you one for free. That or like if you get a copy of John Wick and a box of Reese's Puffs, you get a Steam Link for free.
Dude, that's a good combo.
Hey,
It's a good cereal and a good movie.
Also, remember those things go for a hot $1, literally $1 during the Steam summer sale. So don't pay full price.
I think I'm gonna buy one.
A Steam Link? Yeah. I am.
Why?
It's
There's nothing
$1?
to run it on.
I'm building a PC, Matt. I gotta get ready.
Yeah, you can use that $1 towards the PC you don't have yet.
Just don't get the controller, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that controller though.
Seriously?
No.
Have you held it?
No,
Have
Man, it
you?
looks
Yes,
fucking
I've held
dumb.
I'm not kidding.
I've held it because I need it to know.
Yeah.
That thing is shit.
Play Dota with controller.
I mean,
Yes.
okay, so the joystick is alright, but the rest of it just feels weird to me.
See, you have that, but then it's like, oh, I have a DualShock 4 and a 360 controller. I don't need this.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But precision.
Like you want to talk? What do you call the Wii U over there?
That Fisher Price toy. Yeah.
Feels like Fisher Price.
That's not good.
Yeah,
At least it works 5 feet away from your console though.
maybe.
I'm convinced it does.
Yeah.
Joe?
And,
You find something interesting with one?
You remember the Wavebird?
I remember the
I still have
Wavebird.
mine. I have like 3 Wavebirds.
That had a pretty good distance.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Took AA batteries, just like the Xbox One controller.
Yeah,
what do you
it does.
know?
My man.
Hey, honey, gotta run a target, gotta pick up the double A's, play my Xbox.
I mean, it's an option. It's not required.
What? AA batteries?
Yeah.
Or just buy a $20 play and charge kit?
I mean, I just have the wire.
That's
I don't
yeah,
even
you
have.
just
Oh, it came with a wire?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a USB wire.
Oh,
That's it.
That's not bad.
But I think the cool thing about the batteries to me is that it gives your controller weight, like the 360, and I like the weight in that. The Xbox One controller feels a little too light for me.
Yeah.
Hey, hon, I'm playing 7 feet away. My cable's only 6 feet, so I run target, get double O's.
That's the reason why AA's are still around.
Yeah.
What was that weird battery you bought the other day?
It was an A2.
12 volt? that what it was?
You got that small, not C's.
I think it was a 12 volt is what it was called.
Not triple A's.
Oh,
it was.
I swore it was A2 for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking of too much near in my head.
It might have said A2 12 volt. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom showed me a battery one day when her and I had lunch. She was like, I need one of these. If you find it, let me know. And I was like, yeah, okay. And where the fuck? Walked in Target. There it is.
It's weird. Never saw that before.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Battlefield 5 real quick.
Controversy.
All right. How you want to do this?
All right. So Battlefield 5 was announced, fully unveiled this week. Takes place during
World War II.
And what else?
I think this game. Okay, because Call of Duty announced this stuff recently, right? Blops or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, we're all just multiplayer now. Everything is online. We're not doing single player anymore. Forget that stuff. I think this game is kind of doing the opposite, where they seem to take a hold of, hey, we have good characters, we have a good story. It's all about campaign and cooperativeness type thing going on. So it's kind of like the opposite in a way. From that, I mean, that's what I gathered from it mostly.
If they do have a single player,
it does.
And it's
they did the war story.
They're gonna
like they broke down.
They're
all the
gonna
features.
boast the shit out of that at E3 because Call of Duty doesn't.
Right, because like they're two going button heads. So I think they're just trying to get that audience who still wants that.
And then Counter Strike's just gonna be sitting there watching, and Rainbow Six are just gonna be watching there eating popcorn. But like, so what do you think's gonna go on?
Yo, we got that loot box.
I think it looks pretty, man. I'm curious to see how a dice game operates post. All right.
Sorry.
Post Battlefront 2. You know?
Yeah, because this does not have a season pass either.
No season pass.
Yeah, I'm
still waiting to hear on what though. It's not season pass.
That's the thing that I think has me most intrigued about this. But there's a very loud subsect of people who are pretty upset that there are female playable characters in this game. Is that the big thing? I've really tried to avoid this.
What they did during that reveal, and DICE shot themselves in the foot. They said they were going for authenticity. It's going to be the most.
I don't know. They said that
it's going to be the most authentic World War II shooter you've ever played.
Okay.
However many minutes later, you're playing as this woman who's rolling around with an LMG, shooting everyone before she gets shot. Typical gameplay of Battlefield, by the way. Nothing's changing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens at Battlefield. And then everyone's up in arms about, that's not authentic, women weren't in World War II. And then this other subset of people coming in, well, they actually were, they just weren't talked about because they weren't allowed to be there. And then everyone's talking about that prosthetic arm, the claw, and they're like, well, that was actually a prosthetic arm that was used during that time.
Oh
it was
my
very
God. This
is the dumbest fucking thing.
It's actually a Hideo Kojima game. You just didn't realize it.
It is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all because DICE said that.
I don't know. It's
but you know what? That. Even if they hadn't said the word authentic,
because they
people
did the same exact shit when Battlefield 1 was announced. Everybody was crying up in arms about it.
Yeah, they were all upset about that one too.
For various different reasons. Whatever. This is okay. They weren't. At the beginning of the fucking trailer is a person sliding in the grass, shooting down like planes and shit. Like it's a fucking video game. Get over it. Like.
All those dumb fucking things you see on Reddit about those clips from Battlefield where the guy is in a jet, ejects himself, shoots the dude in the other jet, and then parachutes back into his jet. Like, that's Battlefield.
That's what I want too. Like, good. That's Battlefield. Let's keep it that way.
They're just FPS games, and it's like, for me, that fan base has always been the worst ever since like Call of Duty 4 happened.
I think the problem is, it's not that fan base is the worst. It's that those games are very popular and they get a big audience, and with a big audience means a greater population of garbage people.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I don't want to make a blanket statement.
I know. But that's just what always happens. It's like,
but my biggest issue with the trailer is what I find bullshit. I'm not believing it until the game comes out. Is that this whole thing is very pretty. It's a nice cinematic looking trailer going on.
Go ahead.
But then a HUD appears to make it look like it's actual gameplay footage.
I don't
believe that.
I don't believe that.
The thing is, though, I will say, DICE's games look really fucking good.
But this is Battlefield 1 on a 1070 G-Sync monitor.
What's that? All I heard was Give me a swirly.
Sound like a NASCAR driver talking about their car after a race.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something, Breaking Bobby.
But like, if you watch the whole trailer, it was just like, yeah, it's all cinematic. This whole thing's happening, but just seamlessly. Then this HUD appears, and then it goes away. I think again. I'm not sure about that part.
I can't remember.
But it's before E3. When things happen in E3, everything looks so much prettier than the final product. I don't think this is the final product in-game
Absolutely
footage.
not.
Well,
Absolutely
no.
not.
But I'm not going to say that they're not going to make a pretty game. Even Battlefront.
Right. I'm sure it'll still look good.
Two.
Battlefront.
Oh,
the
but
first one
looked
that they made.
pretty.
I was blown away
Right.
because that was, I think Battlefront came out same year as PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
I don't
Sounds
remember that, or somewhere around there. I remember playing it and I was feeling a little bit of that pressure of like, ooh, I need to upgrade my PS4 because everything's going 4K and everything's going this. And I played that game and still felt like, oh wow, my TV looks really good.
Right. And I'm not down. It's going to look like shit by the time the final product's out. I just think it's not going to be what we saw.
Absolutely not.
That
Absolutely
right there.
not.
If you're going to tell me that's in-game footage,
That might be in-game, though, under system recommended.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
System recommended on a $20,000 PC.
I still
Correct.
think I still think it's going to change. It's still going to look good, but I still think it's going to look different. But just I don't know, just the way it appeared, it just felt fake to me.
I mean-
no, I know exactly. I had the same because when I first saw the trailer, I didn't really realize like the whole
And because maybe
HUD thing
they
until you
just want
brought
to
it
show
up.
off what it would look like if it is gameplay. It's like here's an idea of
Concept,
what it's going to be.
almost.
Yeah, and it's like you probably shouldn't do that if that's the case because it can be misleading.
I bet you that is what that game looks like on a 1080.
I will be impressed
Um,
because it was very nice.
It looked
looking.
really nice.
I'm
yeah.
willing to bet that that's
good
system
lighting.
recommended.
Great water. There wasn't any water. It's a Sea of Thieves.
Not enough water. All right, Jim.
But yeah, no, I mean, this is the thing with Battlefield.
Too much water was it too?
This is the thing with Battlefield games. Like, yeah, that gameplay trailer something, and, it's just a small snippet in what it is. Like, Battlefield thrives when you actually put it out to the community and actually show, like, a match, like an actual match happening. And they've done a good job of that in the last few E3s of, like, having a set number of players playing, like, on stage or whatever. Or, you can just have Zac Efron and Snoop Dogg play it again and show me the footage. Minus the smoke, of course, of the screen that they're on, what it looks like then. Like, that's when you're gonna know, is when you actually put it to a LAN.
Yeah. I mean, these games aren't even in my field of radar anyway, so I'm not going to be playing them. But
I'm excited.
Ecstatic about it, especially because the more I'm scared though, because I even said something about it the other day. Like the more I read into it, like the more excited I get, and I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Because I don't want to like. For them, for like all of a sudden, like E3, they announced some kind of bullshit marketing or like payment thing.
I think
And it's just
whatever your
like, gut punch
initial
me.
feeling is, I think you should just embrace that because it's natural. It's the most genuine thing. So I mean, if you're excited, be excited.
I mean, I was kind of bummed out about Battlefield 1 because I was like, man, another World War One game, not even World War One, just like another World War game. Like I'm over it. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted more of like the slightly futuristic shooter, but now it just blew me away, and I'm so stoked about this fucking game.
I actually really like Battlefield 1.
Oh, I love Battlefield 1.
I needed a departure from 3 and 4.
I can see why because I was the same way, but then when I played it, I was like, oh, I'm not about World War, but then when I played it, I'm in like the way they twisted it, like you can like ride horses and shit. I'm like, okay, I can see why this had to happen.
Stabbing a dude with
Yeah.
your
Yeah. It's great.
Rush, yeah.
I will say, what's the most recent Call of Duty that came out?
It was
The one that's more
Infinite
like
Warfare. Was that the last one?
mm,
I don't even know. I lost track of Call of Duty.
they have one recently that's called World War II, right?
yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that was it.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking of.
so when my brother bought his Xbox One, like Elite or whatever it's called, he got that game with it, and he was still like everything was still updating and installing, so he couldn't play the online. He could only do the single player, and so I was playing a little bit of that, and I guess it's just been a while since I played like a good decent console, like very like like high spec one on a nice TV and everything, but like. And like I said, this isn't really my field of games. I don't play them that much, but like I had a pretty good time from what I played with that. I was just impressed all around.
Yeah.
I think I like first person shooters, but I just don't care for the multiplayer part too much.
But yeah, right away, first negative is on Origin.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a thumbs down on that one. Like I was even craving Battlefield 1 like last week after hearing all the news, and then I'm like, all right, if my computer is uninstalling games, I'm 100% certain and uninstalled
Origin.
Battlefield 1 and Origin itself. Like, I'm just there. I didn't even try it that rate.
Fuck that. Battlefield though.
Day one for me.
Probably day one.
It's day one for me.
Killer 7 though.
Yeah.
That was a
Coming
game.
to Steam.
Did you read more? Are we going to talk about that?
What?
The trailer apparently was a running through Dolphin emulator.
What?
Interesting.
That's great.
Because
love that.
before I showed up here, I was like just browsing on Reddit, and I didn't read too much into it because I had to drive over here. But
I didn't see a trailer, but I saw a thing on Twitter where somebody asked Suda. It was like, "Hey, which version is better, PS2 or GameCube?" And he was like, "GameCube," like with exclamation point, just GC.
I did not realize I was running in Dolphin.
Please take that with a grain of salt. I mean, it's because I'm trying to Killer 7 Steam announcement trailer uses footage from Dolphin emulator.
Huh.
And it's something from Twitter. So let me.
Talk about misleading.
Someone with a long Japanese Twitter handle @Screvy.
Cool.
Killer 7, the new Steam port announcement trailer, seems like it's Dolphin footage going off the FPS on the top circle. Time code for the trailer.
Interesting.
And then Dolphin, the official Dolphin emulator. That's not even official, maybe. Thank you for mentioning this. They probably just use footage from Dolphin for the trailer. If they use Dolphin for the port, though, that can be legal if they follow our license requirements. But I think it's kind of weird. Is that weird, though? Because I guess technically it has to be an emulator, but to use I don't know. That's like using ZSNES for a Switch port.
But the problem with emulation is
Right?
never
ZS what?
ZSNES, is that not a...
No,
a
yeah.
dude?
No, you're right. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's a
an
Super
emulator.
Nintendo emulator.
Got it.
Back my XP days.
The problem
Yo.
with emulation is not the emulator itself. It's the way that everyone has obtained ROMs throughout the years. So using Dolphin in an official product, as long as they go to the people who made Dolphin and get the license for it.
But is
Yeah,
that legal?
But
Because
They should have
Dolphin
the license,
is
yeah.
Dolphin legal? Is that because I know emulation in the U.S. It's a very big
Again,
gray,
no,
like
hardware
blur.
emulation, nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
The problem is how people obtain the ROMs.
Going to coolroms.com and not paying a cent for them.
The
Illegal.
other problem with
But
with hardware emulation is sometimes the tactics in which people had to reverse engineer things to get to the emulator. That's the problem where that also gets kind of...
Okay.
You know, those
Weird.
terms and
That's
conditions you agree to.
It's like, yeah, that kind of shit. Like, that's the stuff where it gets bad. But the actual emulation itself, in most cases, is not actually
it's just weird because it's like,
illegal.
dude, it's our game.
That's the other thing.
Like, fuck you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
No.
But
No, it was an interesting... I did not realize that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's. It's cool. It's coming out.
Yeah, it's
though.
cool. It's coming to Steam though. That's
Why don't you just make it in Unity and hit the port button?
what I've been saying this whole fucking
That-
time.
I know, man. I'm
another
all on
t-shirt.
board. Everything Unity. Especially Battlefield doesn't even use. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it. What the hell is their Frostbite? They don't use Frostbite. They use Unity nowadays.
Yeah, Killer 7 was a game actually I've always wanted to play. I wanted to play more of Suda's games.
I remember when Killer 7 came out, that was like, it didn't sell well, did it? At first, it was kind of like an
I think
underground
because
thing.
it was GameCube.
Yeah.
It's why I didn't do that great. Then
But
it finally
everybody
made the PS2
that
later.
played it like swore by it.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
It looked. It also had that unique art style.
Yeah.
I still want to play the No More Heroes games, but that requires me to have a Wii.
Mm.
Because the way you charge that,
Well, Joe's Wii U's over there. I'm about to throw that in the garbage. I can just give it to you.
I mean, you need the
Wii U deserve more.
Yeah, because to charge the beam sword, you actually have to charge it like you're jerking it.
Well, can't you use Wii modes on the Wii U?
I think you can. You
Yeah.
have to have the sensor and everything
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It did come with that, right?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just take his Wii U.
Two more little things. They'll
Just port the games before the third one's out.
One is neat. Nintendo made a Mi Studio launcher, or a Mi Studio creator.
Mm.
You can make Mii's for your Nintendo accounts on a website.
Sorry, Newgrounds and Armored Games and every other website had their own Mii maker.
And got shut down because of proprietary whatever other.
They had mullets too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So there's that.
Yeah, it's just. I wish they would touch on that more.
Yeah.
Like 360, well, Xbox, not 360. Xbox doing a thing where they're updating their avatars.
Dude, I'm so excited to see that avatar stuff get.
Like, on the Switch, you have more, I think, hair color now to choose from.
Yeah, it might be it.
Or eye color, maybe both.
Yeah.
But, like, add a little more, you know? Some more hairstyles, some more facial features.
They can't do too much because they're going to break the port for Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, for the Mii fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, figured.
Speaking of Super Smash Brothers.
I'm resigning.
Speaking...
I just like how, like, you just quickly slid that in there. That port for the Switch.
This
Speaking
throw it out there.
Speaking of that port for the Switch, we are very close to Electronic 3, which means everyone has some news story. And it also means, as Ben says, everything is real. Until E3 proves it's wrong.
Yeah.
So, there is a poster on the internet. Same poster who announced the Ninja Turtles would end up in Injustice 2. Predicted the existence of Soul Calibur 6 and its announcement at the PlayStation Experience. And named Grow a newcomer to the Soul Calibur series. Supposedly the Star Fox Grand Prix stuff that we talked about last week was also from this same source. And the same source predicted that Sodom would be a part of Street Fighter V Arcade Edition Season 3 roster, which has not yet come to be, but is apparently teased.
There was somewhere where they were teasing that character, but I don't think he'll be in the Season 3 thing. I think Season 3 has already been announced. And I'm not sure if all the characters are out yet, but he could still be a future character. So it's like, yeah, that maybe this guy is mostly accurate with his stuff, but maybe not in the way we expected it to be.
So the post that came out this week, same poster said, hey, sometimes we have bad sources, which is where you might see some inconsistencies with reality versus what was originally stated. But another one just to add to credibility, Bandai Namco being listed as the developer of Metroid Prime. That was another one that they predicted, and that's all but been confirmed at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's confirmed.
I know it's out there on all of those LinkedIn profiles. I just couldn't remember if Nintendo actually said yes.
They probably won't until E3.
Yeah. So, here's what happened this week with Super Smash Brothers. Ridley will be revealed for the title as a playable character at E3. Yes, Ridley, the one that Sakurai believed too big to be a playable fighter.
Yeah, that's weird.
Ridley's the bad guy or like a boss in Metroid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big dragon.
Got it.
Thing.
And Olimar should have been too small. Anyway.
Right. I know. Yes, Ridley is a newcomer. The game is in fact a sequel, but there will be assets being reused to some extent. And a different source.
Smell that? Smells like a port.
A different source states the Ice Climbers will return, Simon Belmont will join, and that here's the interesting part. Every character from Super Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS, including all of the guest characters, will be back. Just strange. Otherwise, it will be a new game, but there will be no cuts to the roster. I don't know about this, man. You know me. I've wanted Simon Belmont in this game for a decade.
I'm totally game with more characters that are not Nintendo based. Like, just bring them all in.
Let's not say too much, because I think next week one of the automatic predictions is going to be a Smash Brother character we predict. But I think we're going to start seeing more non-Nintendo
For sure.
characters.
But
Especially after that ballot that they try to do. And
But there's
look how well that
But
went.
they want to
Give me
push
Goku.
third party. They want to push they want to push third party support, and I
But
think a good way of doing that is
but there's still some first party characters they haven't touched. You know, Isaac.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
of course. But like I don't know. The general thought is usually when they bring a third party character, it means like there's going to be something significant about that character and the game the character's from, whether it's a new game's coming out or
look at Solid
something's
Snake,
coming
though.
on Switch. But then I keep thinking Solid Snake
Cloud.
and Cloud. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remaster.
Right, but it's just like
Right,
that right there, like opened the gates of like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a PlayStation ass character who is on a Nintendo system.
Yeah,
that's
I can
not,
think of another PlayStation character that's
Yeah.
coming to a Nintendo system.
I mean, but the only time Cloud has been on Nintendo is like Theater Rhythm,
Right. Yeah.
or maybe that the DS version of Tactics.
Right, but not like 7.
7, not
Yeah,
I mean, you can kind of say the same about Ryu from Street Fighter, because the last time Street Fighter was on, I don't think there was any Street Fighter games on, definitely not on N64. GameCube? Were there any?
Street Fighter was Super Nintendo,
I mean, Super Nintendo is the only one I can think of.
And Street Fighter 4 was on 3DS as a launch title.
Oh, yeah, it was.
They did that arcade one on Switch though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Was it 2? I don't. It was a version of 2, right? That's on
Yeah,
Switch.
yeah.
That was
I
the
don't know,
launch.
that's just
the
that's
final
just
That
a
was the
general
launch window one.
the general thought I get, because it's just like, well, why would they just bring in a Castlevania character out of the blue?
Because Konami sucks balls.
I mean,
But
yeah, that
that's
too.
it.
yes.
Probably because Konami wants. Wait, I'm not sure how much Konami has their hands in the.
I don't know.
In the cartoon.
Well, who co-developed the last one?
Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I guess we'll see E3
we'll see E3.
when E3 ruins all of our hopes and dreams.
It won't.
We're so
It won't.
close.
We are so close. I'm so excited for next week's episode.
Dude, I know.
I love a good predictions
It's
episode.
gonna be good.
Yeah.
This E3, man. This is gonna be probably the most intense E3 I can think of to date.
Still, like, even between last year and now, I don't know really what to expect anymore.
I
So,
know there's nothing to expect.
Dude, there might be a Game 7 during E3.
Probably.
Hockey. Stanley Cup playoff hockey.
So you
That the
can get
Capitals are
you get
in.
a double whammy, man.
Yeah. Might have missed Bethesda's conference. And that's the second most for it.
Well, I'm definitely
Number one.
missing Bethesda's conference. I'm gonna be with those dudes at the. I'll be meeting them up there.
Where's Ben?
throwing up and reading manga.
Manga dude.
Oh, yeah. I saw that, yeah.
That sounds like me, actually.
Did look like Mark.
God. So close.
Oh my god.
I know. So, speaking of which, so next week we will have a little atraditional, non-traditional, unconventional episode. We'll do a little light now playing, you know, what we've talked about, which pinball tables we became obsessed with this week. But then we'll transition into E3 predictions.
Yeah, you're going to hear
And we're
what
each-
Dota player I've been playing more recently. And
We're going to each do 5 predictions for each. It's really hard to even say this
Hardware.
anymore.
hardware publisher.
Yes, console manufacturer.
That's the, that hardware yeah, whatever. You said
What do you
that.
say?
I was going to say the big 3, but it was like, fuck, man, I don't know. Bethesda is up there now. Ubisoft up there. Like, they all bring a good show.
But
for-
EA, though.
I know.
I mean, well, yeah, it'd be like first party and third party,
But yeah. But for yeah, it's good too, yeah. For our first party.
first party
software.
predictions.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo predictions.
We'll
5
talk
each.
about the other ones, though. Probably.
Yeah.
The PC gaming show?
Yeah.
Devolvers.
Yeah.
Devolver, yeah. I know what
Square
to expect
Enix
from
is back, too, which is interesting.
Yes.
I mean,
They have their own thing?
Yeah, they are this year. They making a little comeback. Obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3. but
They had one last
other
year, but
stuff.
it was just like they showed off some of that Dissidia game, and it was like
Oh, they're just gonna
Alright.
they're gonna give a release date to Kingdom Hearts 3 and show it off this year. That's what they're doing.
And then
so.
yeah.
at that date.
I'm not gonna jump the gun on anything for next week, but remember, Square's also doing that Avengers game, so they might be doing some stuff.
Oh yeah.
True.
They got that remake. They got.
I can tell you
Kingdom
what they're
Hearts
not
3.
doing. A new Hitman game.
Nope, sure won't be. You got Nier 2 maybe.
That is Square.
Yeah.
You know what else they're not doing? Anything related to Chrono Trigger.
Right.
Gut punch.
I have some
Gut
interesting thoughts.
Yo, I'm taking the Ben approach for E3 predictions. They're dreams.
Yeah.
I got fucking
Man.
dreams.
Yeah, man.
Coming to you next week.
All right.
What were you saying, Joe?
I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because
Always get ahead of yourself.
I'm so excited for next week. I can't stop repeating that.
So there's that, and then the week after that is going to be hot into it.
Yep.
The big one, and then E3 we'll do some weird shit like we did last year. Probably.
We need to plan that out a little bit.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But we'll have some podcasts surrounding E3 and the press conferences and what was said and what we're screaming about. None of us are going to get sick this year.
We're going to be healthy. Throw up the John Cena.
Unless we buy rotten meat. You know? Think about that.
Yeah,
why don't we
every hot dog's rotten though.
Why don't we just do like a live recording of us watching E3 and then us screaming when Bloodborne 2 gets announced? You know what I mean?
I think that's probably
Yeah.
Cause
let's talk. Let's talk off air. There's a lot of
sorry,
logistics
sorry,
involved.
I just noticed. Sorry.
But also Mother 3, like
Mother 3, Bloodborne 2,
Simon Belmont and
Nier
Smash.
Uncut.
DOTA 3. Coming to PlayStation 4.
I can still have that picture on my computer of you standing on your couch.
Was
So
that
what was that for?
when they brought Lucas to Smash?
It was either Lucas the Smash or Earthbound the Virtual Console or something. It was something like that.
Oh yeah, because remember when Nintendo was like, oh, by the way, Earthbound beginnings. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh,
go
maybe
on
it
the
was
show.
that.
Maybe.
I remember what my now plan is going to be for next week. I gotta beat something on Switch.
All right.
Interesting.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Yeah, I got to complete Doom before Bethesda's because I got to get ready for Doom 2.
Hell yeah. Hell on earth.
Mm.
Well, we will be back next week with that fun predictions episode. Until then, you go to thefreecheese.com. We've been pretty regular here with some video content. We got lots of video content.
Yeah.
We've been staying up on our Castlevania, Harmony of Despair.
When it records.
Oh, you know
Right.
what? I wanted to bring this up before. Speaking of Harmony of Despair, that
Back to now playing.
that has a resurgence online.
You're welcome.
People have been making online servers for like up to like 6 or 8 people playing at once.
Interesting.
Yeah, and because whenever I like go on like sites like 4chan or Reddit or something, they're like, yeah, like you guys want to join up and like hop on this server and like start playing. Like they're pretty much doing like it's like an HD port of the game.
Rad.
Dupe.
So that's interesting.
Something to dig into there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've got part 3 up this week where we fought death. Matt and I had a little look at Super Mega Baseball 2. That went up Friday. Monday, today, you've got Laser League. Matt and I get all Tron and shit, you know?
That looked cool.
But I really, please go check out that one shot of the Pinball Arcade because Marc and I had a lot of fun ripping through some pinball. Do we have anything else scheduled? I can't remember. There's stuff, man. We got some content coming your way. It's freecheese.com. Follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Ben is at SebBenz. Marc is at Aug_Mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. And I am at The Free Cheese. That's it. We'll see you next time.